This chat group administrator really takes things seriously. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 176, The Fate of the Newcomers. Group leader Xiao Yan. Look at me. Am I smiling like a villain? Mingfei, it's too much like that. Group leader Xiao Yan. There is a dowdy chasing me right now, but I'm not afraid at all, because I'm riding a horse. Group leader Xiao Yan. Look at my unique skill. Dowki turning into a horse. Namikaze Minato. Group leader. There are still many things that the newcomers don't understand. Group leader Xiao Yan. That's right. Jingshan. I'm Jangan's assistant. Nice to meet you all, Jingshan. Group leader Xiao Yan. I'm General Fenipeng. Hello, comrade Xiao. Jingshan. My last name is not Hu. Mingfei. Jingshan. You should be prepared in advance. How should I put it? Your future may not be very good. Jingshan. You are fortune tellers. Mingfei. Maybe you're a little more accurate than fortune tellers. Group leader Xiao Yan. It's no big deal. In the future, you will just watch your brothers, friends, and sister die, and see corpses all over Yazhou City, and the world will be like hell. Jingshan. Mingfei. Group leader. This is a bit blunt, although it is true. Xiao Yan. This is too tragic. Even worse than me. Mingfei. You are the protagonist of Long A Ocean. How can you say that? Xiao Yan. Am I Long A Ocean? That's not right. Illa, what about me? What about me? Group leader Xiao Yan. Although magical girls have become a high-risk profession, since a certain bastard author picked up the pen, the world you are in, or should I say the timeline you are in, is a relatively happy timeline. Although there are some problems, they are not likely to be solved. Your dad and mom are both great. Illa, what is this? Group leader Xiao Yan. It's normal that you don't understand. Wait for me for a moment. I'll upload some things for you to see. This is a derivative work of your world. Group leader Xiao Yan uploaded the movie version of Magical Girl Illa. Group leader Xiao Yan uploaded Magical Girl Illa 1 to 4 including over. Group leader Xiao Yan uploaded Chinese Paladin Part 3, etc. Group leader Xiao Yan uploaded Battle Through the Heavens, etc. Group leader Xiao Yan uploaded Hunter x Hunter on hiatus. Xiao G. Is Hunter x Hunter me? Group leader Xiao Yan. Yes, that's your story, and your dad is in it. Mingfei. I'll come and take a look too. Group leader Xiao Yan. You guys take your time to read it. I'm going to sleep first. Good night. Group leader Xiao Yan has gone offline. Time always passes quickly without you noticing. When life is close to infinity, this feeling will be more prominent. It was another ordinary day. Xiao Yan walked on the road to school as usual. Suddenly, several gangsters stopped him. Little boy, can you lend me some money to spend? A yellow-haired man with a lip piercing said arrogantly. Xiao Yan tilted his head with a question mark on his face. Doesn't this guy know who he is? Mert, don't be silent. Lend me some money for fun, or I'll let a good student like you see what color blood is. A green-haired gangster also said arrogantly. Is that so? Xiao Yan showed a weird smile. Although it was a sudden thing, it didn't seem to be something difficult to encounter in this country. After all, this country recognizes the underworld. The gangster wanted to become a gangster, and he lived the way they thought. But life requires money. At this time, he needed to borrow money from some ordinary students. Moreover, this country has a relatively strict system of predecessors and successors. This also led to the black sheep effect among students. The gangsters will also turn their targets to those lonely students, or good students who study well. It seems that the garbage needs to be cleaned up again. The gangsters around here were cleaned up by Xiao Yan a long time ago. After all, trash should stay in the trash can. No one knows where these hooligans came from. They don't know that hooligans can't survive in this area. How about this? Let's go to some places with fewer people to discuss in detail. How much money do you want to borrow? After all, I don't have that much cash on me. The hooligans looked at each other. They didn't expect their target to be so obedient. You are quite smart. Let's go over there. Xiao Yan followed the hooligans and deviated from the road to school and then entered a remote abandoned building. These are all abandoned factories, which usually become the territory of hooligans. What a good place. No matter how loud you shout here, no one will notice. Jiangnan really thinks this place is a good place. I say, kid, don't think you can leave easily when you come here. The yellow-haired hooligans took out a butterfly knife and started to play with it in his hand. Be careful, don't cut your hand. The yellow-haired hooligans chuckled. Cut your hand? Are you underestimating me? Then the next second, the butterfly knife pierced his palm in a strange way. Ah! The yellow-haired gangster jumped up with a cry, and the butterfly knife pierced his entire palm. The yellow-haired gangster really didn't expect such a weird thing. Jiangnan smiled. Who is the lamb that fell into the trap? Several gangsters around gathered together. Don't pull it out. Don't pull it out. The movie I saw said that you can't pull it out after being pierced, otherwise you will bleed to death. The green-haired gangster said very nervously. Jiangnan looked at the gangsters in a mess, and he was ready to clean up the garbage. At this time, a few more gangsters walked in. Among these gangsters was a girl in school uniform. The girl's eyes were full of fear, and she opened her mouth, but couldn't make a sound. It was obvious that this girl was coerced by these gangsters. You are the worst of the worst. Jiangnan recognized the girl. She had a problem with her ears, and was a disabled person. Bullying the disabled is the worst of the worst. Although I have always treated you as garbage, if garbage is gathered together, I believe you will be the stinkiest part of the garbage. Jiangnan said softly. Although the voice was not loud, the words were clearly heard by every gangster. Bagger, what are you talking about? You are looking for death. A gangster came over with a baseball bat. He raised the baseball bat and was about to hit Jiangnan. Jiangnan took out his mobile phone helplessly and sent a message to a nearby gangster society. If you don't want me to go over, come to the place I sent you the location, and come to clean the floor. Dear book friends and readers, it's the end of the month and I can't stand it. The people behind me stabbed too hard, and my chrysanthemum is hard to protect. Today's explosive update starts, and I must protect my chrysanthemum no matter what. I beg for some monthly tickets to protect my chrysanthemum. Chapter 177. Quiet. Jiangnan turned off his phone after sending the text message. The oncoming baseball bat made a gust of wind. Jiangnan gently stretched out his hand and grabbed the baseball bat in an instant. The gangster holding the baseball bat felt his arm numb. Then his baseball bat was forced to stop. Jiangnan smiled, stretched out his hand, and punched the gangster in the nose. In an instant, the sound of bone cracking was heard. The gangster flew backwards. His nose bridge was broken, and the nose is one of the most vulnerable parts of the human body. Even a slight touch may cause nosebleeds. Oh, I should be merciful. Jiangnan looked at the baseball bat in his hand, then swung it gently, and swung it in a perfect arc. When the baseball bat was held by him again, everyone present felt a sense of crisis. This time Jiangnan held the handle. Then the cat and mouse game begins. As soon as the voice fell, the baseball bat in Jiangnan's hand was thrown out and hit a gangster in the face directly. Blood gushed out instantly, and the gangster's nose was also broken. Seeing this, the gangsters took out their weapons. Jiangnan smiled slightly and then rushed forward quickly. Before a gangster holding a dagger could react, Jiangnan directly hit the gangster's face with a flying knee. Crack, the gangster's nose was also broken. Blood and snot flowed uncontrollably. He covered his nose with his hands and felt dizzy. Finally, he collapsed to the ground. It was impossible to stand up again. Jiangnan picked up the baseball bat on the ground. Are you still not running? An inch longer, an inch stronger. These gangsters were frightened by Jiangnan's ferocity. They just wanted some money, but they didn't expect to provoke such a bad guy. Just a face-to-face encounter knocked down 3 people. And now these 3 people are lying on the ground and can't even stand up. The pain of a broken nose is not something that ordinary people can endure. Who are you, guy? The yellow-haired gangster asked. I told you to study hard, but you didn't, and you didn't even recognize me. I'm your uncle. Jiangnan rushed into the crowd like a wolf. The baseball bat was swung by him, leaving after images. Then, more than a dozen hooligans were hit on the face. Jiangnan hit the same place, the bridge of the nose. Only by giving them a painful enough lesson can they understand that hurting others is wrong. The face is one of the most important things in a person. If the bridge of the nose is injured, the whole face shape will become ugly. This is a very painful lesson. More than a dozen hooligans rolled on the ground, covering their noses with their hands. Blood kept flowing out from between their fingers. Now there was only one yellow-haired hooligan who led the group. Brother, I was wrong. Brother, I was wrong. The yellow-haired hooligans knelt down without hesitation. Jiang Nan squatted down with a baseball bat dripping with blood. Tell me, I left you to the last one, not because I sympathize with you, but because I want to know why you came here and which gang you belong to. The yellow-haired gangster hesitated, but the next moment Jiang Nan pulled out the butterfly dagger stuck in his palm. It's not fun to have a dagger stuck in your palm. Let me help you pull it out. Ah. The yellow-haired gangster called you up instantly. Oh, sorry, I'll put it back for you. Jiang Nan casually inserted the butterfly dagger into the gangster's palm again. Jiang Nan was smiling throughout the whole process. This gentle smile was so cruel in the eyes of these gangsters. Are all students nowadays so cruel? The yellow-haired gangster roared in his heart. Forget it, you look like a group of low-level gangsters who don't know anything. This time I will teach you a lesson. I hope you can understand one thing, that garbage should not appear in this area. Jiang Nan swung the baseball bat in his hand again. Then, the yellow-haired gangster fell down. Jiang Nan threw the baseball bat casually. He looked at the girl who was huddled in the corner on the other side. What a trouble. I didn't expect to meet her. Nashimi Eyeglass. From the anime silent voice. A gentle girl with long flaxen hair. She suffered from hearing impairment since she was a child due to illness. Because of this, the girl was bullied, excluded, and isolated when she was young. Even her 1.7 million hearing aid was broken by her classmates. She should be studying in the nearby Kidian school. It is a school for hearing impaired students to learn sign language. This unlucky child, I didn't expect to be entangled by gangsters. Jiang Nan walked over slowly. The gangsters around were lying on the ground in all directions. You. Jiang Nan opened his mouth and then gave up and stretched out his hand. There was no point in saying more because the girl had a problem with her ears. Nashimi Eyeglass looked at the boy in front of her with some fear, but the boy exuded kindness, which was different from those she had met before. Jiang Nan thought about it and then squatted down and spoke in sign language. I'm not a bad person. I was brought here by these gangsters just like you. I was acting in self-defense. In fact, most people don't know sign language. If they don't know it, they naturally don't understand it. It is very difficult for people with hearing impairments to communicate with these people. Even after gesturing for a long time, the other party still doesn't know what you want to say. Only people who have also learned sign language can understand what people with hearing impairments mean. Nashimi Eyeglass was a little surprised, because in her eyes most people can't communicate. Hello, thank you. You're welcome. Let's leave. I'll protect you. Jiang Nan stretched out his hand again and pulled Nashimi Eyeglass up. The two left the abandoned factory. Back on the street, people were coming and going around. Jiang Nan said in sign language, I'll take you to school. Shimmy Eyeglass wanted to refuse, but Jiang Nan didn't give her a chance to refuse. I'll take you there. It will be troublesome if you are accidentally entangled by gangsters again. Shimmy Eyeglass seemed to have thought of a bad situation, so she agreed with Jiang Nan's idea. As for being late for school, who cares? Soon the two of them arrived at the gate of the kicking school, and it was enough to send them here. Let's stop here. It's not convenient for me to go in, Jiang Nan said in sign language. Shinomi Eyeglass nodded, and at this moment a black-haired boy in a red coat rushed over and blocked Jiang Nan in front of him. His eyes were very fierce. Who are you? The boy was very alert, like a kitten. Jiang Nan remembered this boy, or should I say girl. The girl was Shinomi Eyeglass's sister Nishimiya Yuzuru. Calm down, I'm not a bad person, we just happened to meet. Jiang Nan said lightly. Glass has nothing to do with you. At this time, Shinomi Eyeglass patted her sister Nishimiya Yuzuru on the shoulder. Then she said in sign language, this gentleman is a good man, he helped me. Chapter 178, Light and Shadow. In order not to worry her sister, Shigan Glass simply described the situation just now. That is, she was entangled by gangsters, and then Jiang Nan, who was passing by, saved her and sent her to school. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. After realizing his mistake, Nishimiya Yuzuru bowed and apologized without hesitation. It's nothing, just a little effort, so you must protect your sister. Nishimiya Yuzuru was slightly stunned. She didn't understand how Jiangnan knew her identity. Jiangnan just smiled slightly and waved goodbye to the two. Alas, there are always some unfair things in this world. Gentle people should be treated kindly. Jiangnan remembered that Shigen Glass would commit suicide in the future. Is it a pity for a gentle and kind girl to die like this? If there is no intersection, Jiangnan will not care too much. But if there is an intersection, Jiangnan doesn't mind doing something that is easy. Light and shadow exist relatively, and neither side will disappear. I still remember the days when I played a superhero. Jiangnan, who gained power, dressed up as various strange superheroes to punish evil and promote good. However, after a long time, he found that everything he did was meaningless, and the global crime rate did not change at all. There are differences between people. This gap creates two sides, good and evil. Evil cannot be completely eradicated because of the existence of groups. There will always be a part of people who are classified as evil. There is only one way to completely eradicate evil. Completely destroy everything. Destroy all mankind. Jiangnan certainly could not do such a thing. It is estimated that only Ultron and the Black Mud Holy Grail would do such a thing. Although they did eradicate all evil. As expected, I was late when I returned to school. But compared to skipping classes, this is nothing. Shizuka Hiratsuka frowned and asked on the podium. Why are you late? Jiangnan straightened his chest and said very seriously. Just now I became a hero and did a good thing. I saved a girl who was lost in the world. If I hadn't appeared, the girl would have fallen, would have been full of despair in this world, and even ended her life. How could I watch this happen? So I appeared as a hero, defeated all the enemies, and saved the girl, but I didn't expect that this would delay my school time and make me late. Jing, you must be able to understand me, right? Hiratsuka Shizuka sighed, very helpless. You might as well say that you helped the old lady cross the road. At least this is still credible. Forget it, go back to your seat. Okay, Jing, no problem, Jing. Jiangnan smiled and returned to his seat. Class time is always boring. Soon it was time to go home. Jiangnan packed up his things and spoke to Kato Megumi, who had a low sense of presence. Hey, hoo-hoo, let's go to the club together. Yeah, okay. Kato Megumi participated in club activities as usual. The two walked in the corridor, and the students around them went to their own clubs one after another. Arrived at the club, and opened the door. Hey, hello. Yugahama Yui greeted enthusiastically. Hello. Jiangnan walked in with a smile, and Kato Megumi followed behind and greeted him. Hello everyone. Usually when there is no commission, the service club will be relatively idle. Everyone can do what they want here. Jiangnan looked at the bookshelf he built. He had basically read all the books on it. Which book should I read? Kato Megumi sat on a chair and took out the Love Metronome from her school bag. This is a popular love novel recently. Unknowingly, it got dark. Another day passed. Although Jiangnan was reading a book, he remembered the girl he met this morning. Jiangnan, it's time to go. Kato Megumi took her school bag and called Jiangnan before leaving. Jiangnan closed his book. Well, okay. The two walked side by side and left the school. On the road, Jiangnan, do you have any troubles? You are not like this in the club room. Kato Hui said lightly. She seemed to rarely ask other people about their troubles. Well, I remembered a girl. Jiangnan said without any hesitation. There is no need to be shy. Good friends can share some things. If you encounter troubles, you can also talk to friends you trust. Kato Hui is a good listener. If you are too troubled, you can actually talk about it together. Kato Hui said lightly. It's not a big deal. It happened this morning. Jiangnan simply told what happened this morning. Kato Hui listened carefully. Jiangnan, about that girl, she was bullied and excluded when she was young, and someone even forcibly ripped off her hearing aid. Because of the hearing problem, the girl still has many problems, even when she grows up. Hoo hoo. Maybe you may not believe it, but the girl will commit suicide in the future. Kato Hui listened very seriously, even though some of Jiangnan's words were hard to believe. Is that so? This kind of problem is not something that an ordinary girl can solve. Hearing impairment, a determination to die. Some people live in the sun, and some live in the dark. There are always some people struggling hard in some invisible places. Jiangnan can cure the girl's ears, but the pain in the girl's heart is not so easy to be cured. Children are always the most sensitive in their childhood. At that time, children are still a blank sheet of paper, and any color can easily leave a thick stroke on it. Why not make friends with her? Just like us. If it were you, you would definitely be able to do it. Kato Hui said with a smile. Is that so? This is indeed a good idea. Jiangnan doesn't hate making friends with gentle girls. Sure enough, Hoo is very smart. The two parted at the fork in the road. See you tomorrow, Hoo. See you tomorrow. Students also have holidays. Rest day. Neighborhood. Kato Hui wore a white short skirt and a beret on her head. She carried a small shoulder bag on her body, and people around her would always subconsciously ignore this beautiful girl when walking in the crowd. Jiangnan leaned against the wall at the intersection of the neighborhood and played with her mobile phone. Hello. Kato Hui saw Jiangnan and trotted over. Jiangnan raised his head slightly, and what caught his eye was Kato Megumi, who was wearing light makeup. Kato Megumi looked particularly beautiful today. Hello, I'm sorry to bother you on my day off. Hoo. How could that be? Kato Megumi came to Jiangnan. Jiangnan's back left the wall, and he stood up straight. After this matter is over, I will thank you very much. Hoo. How about a strawberry Christmas? The cream cake is also good. I think the newly opened dessert shop is good. Kato Megumi said lightly. She understood Jiangnan's character. Sometimes friends don't need to be too humble. Chapter 179, New Friends. School for the Deaf. This is a sign language school. Most of the people who study here have some problems with their ears, mouths, or their family members have these problems. Most people don't come to learn sign language on purpose. In this school, teachers will provide one-on-one tutoring on normal days off. Because most disabled people don't have many friends, going to the school for the deaf is not only for learning, but also for protection. Disabled people will always be isolated, excluded, or even bullied when they go to normal schools. People will always hurt each other. At the door of Nishimiya Glass's class, Jiangnan and Kato Megumi are waiting here slowly, waiting for the end of get out of class. As the bell rang, students from the school for the deaf came out of the class one after another. Well, it's almost time. Jiangnan stood at the door of the class, looking for Nishimiya Glass. Nishimiya Glass was packing her things at this time, and her sister Nishimiya Yuzuru was helping her. Boy, Jiangnan said loudly to Nishimiya Yuzuru. Nishimiya Yuzuru turned around and saw Jiangnan with a smile. Nishimiya Glass followed her sister's gaze and looked over, and then she also saw Jiangnan. Jiangnan waved his hands. After all, he had hearing problems and could only attract people with his actions. Downstairs on the street, 4 people walked together. Kato Megumi didn't know sign language, so she walked with Nishimiya Yuzuru. Hey, what do you want to do? Nishimiya Yuzuru said with a vigilant look in his eyes. Kato Megumi spoke lightly. Jiangnan wants to be friends with that girl. Huh. Nishimiya Yuzuru knew what his sister had been through. You don't want to bully your sister. Kato Megumi shook her head. How could that be? Jiangnan introduced himself in front of her using sign language. I'm Jiangnan, a sophomore student at a nearby high school. Nishimiya Glass also introduced herself. Nishimiya Glass, be my friend. I want to be friends with you. Jiangnan put his hands together, which means making friends in sign language. Nishimiya Glass was slightly stunned. She had made this gesture many times with those who bullied her, but the results are often not so good. This was the first time someone used this kind of gesture to actively make friends with her, and she was a little stunned for a moment. Okay. After reacting, Nishimiya Glass agreed without hesitation. The definition of friends is actually very vague. If you think about it seriously, you will find that even you can't say this definition. Because of her hearing impairment, Nishimiya Glass has never had any friends. Now someone wants to be her friend. She is very happy. Jiangnan had a smile on his face. Since we are friends, don't die easily, because some friends will be sad. Nashimi Eyeglass's pupils shrank when she looked at the sign language made by Jiangnan. She didn't understand how Jiangnan knew her inner thoughts. Nashimi Ayuzuru was the same, very shocked. The sisters really didn't understand. A silent voice. Jiangnan had watched this animation before he traveled through time, so he knew that the girl had the idea of suicide in her mind a long time ago. When the final ending comes, the girl will commit suicide with satisfaction. In any case, don't die easily. As a friend, I will be sad, and your mother and family will be sad too. Jiangnan continued to speak in sign language. Nashimi Ayuzuru lowered her head. She had actually noticed her sister's thoughts a long time ago. In order to make her sister give up the idea of suicide, she went around taking pictures of animal corpses. I'm sorry, Nashimi Eyeglass said in sign language. She didn't understand why she had to apologize, even though they had only met twice. I will be your friend. I value my friends very much, so please also value yourself. This world is beautiful, please take a closer look. Jiangnan said in sign language. It's unknown whether Nashimi Eyeglass has given up the idea of suicide, but at least there shouldn't be any problem in the short term. Nashimi Ayuzuru whispered to Kato Megumi, who was walking with her. How did you know that my sister wanted to commit suicide? Kato Megumi paused for a moment, then returned to normal. It wasn't me who saw it, it was Jiangnan. I will definitely protect my sister. Nashimi Ayuzuru said very seriously. This is a bond of family. As a junior high school student, the younger sister wanted to protect her older sister. Well, you can definitely do it. Kato Megumi encouraged Nashimi Ayuzuru. There are always some people in this world who are treated differently by life. Kato Megumi saw Nashimi Eyeglass, and she seemed to understand what Jiangnan was worried about before. Tired of walking, she sat on the bench downstairs to rest. Let's exchange email addresses. Jiangnan took out her mobile phone. With an email address, it is more convenient to chat. Nashimi Eyeglass also took out her mobile phone. Jiangnan exchanged email addresses with the two sisters, then sent a message to Nashimi Ayuzuru. If your sister has any strange behavior, be sure to tell me. Nashimi Ayuzuru secretly glanced at Nashimi Eyeglass, then put away the phone. Nashimi Ayuzuru had many doubts in his heart. She wondered why Jiangnan knew his sister so well. Soon it was time for everyone to say goodbye. Goodbye. Jiangnan waved his hand. Goodbye. Nashimi Eyeglass and Nashimi Ayuzuru also said hello. On the way back, Jiangnan seemed to be thinking about something. Kato Hui followed him silently. Hui, thank you for today's work. Jiangnan suddenly said. Kato Hui responded indifferently. It's okay, I was willing to accompany you anyway. Well, okay, let's go eat cream pudding together while we still have some time. The two walked together on the street. In this way, Jiangnan added another job to his daily life, counseling suicidal girls. School service club. Jiangnan took his mobile phone and typed quickly. If it was usual, he would play games, eat snacks or read novels. The strange behavior naturally attracted the attention of others. Yugahama Yui kept looking at Jiangnan. Zyaksu, do you think Jiangnan is in love? Yukinoshita Yukino looked at Jiangnan seriously. If it's him, it's indeed possible. Although Jiangnan is a problem child, few people at this age can compare with him in terms of appearance and knowledge. Enthusiastic, cheerful, gentle, what a good boy, but it's a pity that he has a big mouth. Kato Hui did not explain, because she didn't know how to explain to everyone that it was a girl who wanted to commit suicide. Although Hachiman Hikigaya had a book in his hand, his eyes fell on Jiangnan, because he was also very curious about what kind of girlfriend Jiangnan had. However, the one who responded to them was Jiangnan playing with his mobile phone. Do you know about Kato? Yugahama Yui asked cautiously. Usually, Kato Megumi and Jiangnan are quite close. Yugahama Yui felt that Kato Megumi should know something about Jiangnan's girlfriend. Kato Megumi thought for a while and spoke. It's a friend from another school. That friend has something going on recently. Is it a girl? Yugahama Yui said with shining eyes. It's exciting that the girlfriend is not from the same school. It's a girl. Kato Megumi gave the answer. Chapter 180, Soul of Gossip. Jiangnan turned off his phone after sending the message. Then he saw the way everyone was looking at him. Hey, what are you looking at with gossipy eyes like that? Yugahama Yui's eyes seemed to be shining, and she said very curiously. Jiangnan, do you have a girlfriend? The gossip fire of the girl was burning. Yukinoshita Yukino also wanted to hear this kind of gossip. Adolescent girls are always interested in the topic of love. Then I'll disappoint you. I'm a single dog for 10,000 years. Jiangnan said casually. Impossible. The state of you holding your phone and constantly sending messages is exactly the same as some couples who are in love. Yugahama Yui said excitedly. It's as if she had discovered some shocking secret. Don't be so gossipy. Jiangnan said helplessly. Hikigaya Hachiman looked at Jiangnan with a dead fish eye. He really didn't expect that his good friend Jiangnan was also a dead pop star. Pop stars should explode. Hey, what's with that look in your eyes, Leo Bay? It seems like you're saying that all the live action should explode and heterosexuals should be roasted on the fire. What kind of weird FFF group is this? Well, actually I'm also quite curious. If Jiangnan were you, it wouldn't be strange for him to have a girlfriend. Hikigaya Hachiman said so, because in his eyes, a passionate guy like Jiangnan would definitely have a girlfriend, if he wanted to. Unlike him, he would always expose himself without caring about the feelings of the people around him, as well as the secrets and past that he couldn't face. Leo Bay, when did you become a gossip too? Oh, forget it. I'm really impressed by you. This is a girl from the Kidian school. How can I say it? It was a coincidence that we met that day. Jiangnan simply hid some information and told everyone the general situation. He didn't say that the girl wanted to commit suicide, but just said that she was a little lonely because she was isolated and excluded. I see. Yukinoshita Yukino nodded and understood what Jiangnan was doing. Yugahama Yui was a little disappointed and then glanced at Hikigaya Hachiman. The girl's eyes were full of emotions. Yugahama Yui, Jiangnan, you are such a good person. Did he receive another good person card? Jiangnan smiled slightly. After school these days, Jiangnan occasionally took some time to take Nishimiya Glass out for a walk. The autistic girl gradually walked out of her inner world. A smile appeared on her face from time to time. This is Jiangnan's daily life. The weather is very good today. Jiangnan and Nishimiya Glass lay on the railing, watching the carp swimming in the river. Nishimiya Glass tied a single ponytail today. The girl tried to change her hairstyle to make herself look more energetic. Jiangnan noticed that Nishimiya Glass only had a hearing aid on one ear. Has it come to this? Jiangnan said softly. But Nishimiya Glass didn't hear it, because one of her ears was completely deaf. The girl seemed to notice the sight and turned her head. Today's Nishimiya Glass is very beautiful, Jiangnan said in sign language. Nishimiya Glass's cheeks blushed shyly. Thank you. Jiangnan was slightly stunned, because this time Nishimiya Glass didn't use sign language, but spoke. The strange voice, the pronunciation is very non-standard, just like a baby who has just learned to speak, and the pronunciation is always accompanied by a wow sound. Is my speech strange? Nishimiya Glass's eyes were dodging. She was afraid that her friends would hate her because of this kind of thing. How could it be? Glass is not a bad guy. How could I hate you? Jiangnan also spoke with his mouth and did not forget the sign language. Thank you. Nishimiya Glass smiled. She was really happy. It's okay, Glass. Don't think too much. You are my friend forever. You are also my friend's friend forever. Nishimiya Glass said quickly in a strange voice. Because she spoke too fast, it was a little unclear. Don't be nervous. Don't be anxious. Speak slowly. I'm very patient when it comes to treating friends. Nishimiya Glass nodded and then took a deep breath. You are also my friend, a good friend. Very good. With more practice, Nishimiya will definitely become better. Jiangnan encouraged the girl. The bright sunshine shone on the earth. Nishimiya's face was wearing a gentle smile. In the river on the street, fish kept passing by. The two seemed to enjoy this simple time. Does Nishimiya like fish? I remember there is an aquarium nearby with many interesting fish. If you have time, let's go and have a look. Jiangnan spoke in sign language. Nishimiya's eyes flashed with happiness and excitement. Well, I like fish very much. Yuzuru has raised many fish he likes. That boy. What an interesting hobby. Jiangnan thought of Yuzuru Nishimiya, the girl who always dressed herself up as a boy. At the beginning, she was very vigilant. She would always follow her sister, fearing that she would do something bad to her sister. Nishimiya is actually very beautiful. If you ignore some congenital deficiencies, she will be a very popular and gentle girl. Fish like to eat bread very much. Nishimiya said happily. Yeah. Soon it was time to say goodbye again. It's getting late, Glass. It's time to go home. Nishimiya Glass was slightly stunned. It turned out that it was almost dusk without her noticing. Are we going to say goodbye again? Why did time pass so quickly? Let's go. I'll take you home. If I don't, the boy will follow you next time I ask you out. Jiangnan said with a chuckle. Yuzuru was worried that his sister would suddenly run away with a bad guy. Yuzuru was just a little too worried. Nishimiya Glass also knew that her sister was too worried about her. The two walked side by side on the street. There were people coming and going on the street, and there was no shortage of young couples among them. In this country, early love is a relatively normal thing. Nishimiya Glass and Jiangnan looked like a couple among them. Looking at the couples laughing and talking around, Nishimiya Glass quietly looked up at Jiangnan. Jiangnan was like a beam of light in the dark, not leaving, not occasionally illuminating, but always illuminating. The two walked through the crowd and soon came to Nishimiya Glass's home. This is a two-story attic, a very normal building in this country. Many people build this kind of building, and they build it very solidly, because earthquakes often occur in this country. Nishimiya Yuzuru squatted at the gate, drawing on the grass with a branch, as if waiting for someone to return. Chapter 181, Family. Hey, what are you doing, boy? Jiangnan smiled and greeted the boy. Nishimiya Yuzuru raised his head and saw Jiangnan and Nishimiya Glass. Finally I'm back. What's with that expression, boy? I'm returning home intact. Jiangnan patted Nishimiya Yuzuru on the shoulder and said enthusiastically. Nishimiya Glass also had a smile on her face, and it can be seen that she was having a lot of fun. Nishimiya Yuzuru glanced at his sister and said, "You are really good at making girls happy. You will definitely be a playboy in the future. I won't give my sister to you." Jiangnan spread his hands. "Then you are wronging me. I've been a single dog for 10,000 years. Nishimiya Yuzuru, you must be lying. People like you who can talk must have a lot of people like you. I'll be embarrassed if you praise me like this." Although Jiangnan said so, he didn't feel embarrassed at all, because he was as thick-skinned as a city wall. At this time, the door of Nishimiya Glass's house opened. A housewife in home clothes came out. She was Nishimiya Naoko's mother, Yiko Nishimiya. "Auntie, hello." Jiangnan greeted her. This was polite to the elders. Nishimiya Naoko looked at her mother and lowered her head. She always felt like she was caught doing something bad. However, Yiko Nishimiya didn't say much. "It's good to be back." Yiko Nishimiya actually loved her child Nishimiya Naoko, but this love was too strict. She didn't want Naoko to be spoiled because of hearing impairment, so she treated her strictly. Although she also considered the child, she only cared about how Naoko grew up, and the child's emotions and thoughts were not important at all. She even forced Naoko to cut a boy's hairstyle in order to prevent Naoko from being bullied. "Mom." Nishimiya Naoko opened her mouth and said in a weird voice, "How long has it been since this mother heard her child call her mom?" "Well, the meal is ready. Come in. Then I'll go back first, Auntie." Jiangnan waved his hand and prepared to say goodbye to everyone. "Wait, come in and have a meal together." Nishimiya Yiko invited Jiangnan. Jiangnan pointed at himself. "Me?" Nishimiya Yiko nodded. Jiangnan scratched his head embarrassedly. Would it be bad? No. Nishimiya Yiko was very grateful to Jiangnan for pulling her daughter out of the world of autism. There was no way to thank her, so why not invite her to have a simple meal? This was a normal family meal. Jiangnan joined in as a guest. Nashimi Eyeglass always looked at Jiangnan unconsciously when eating. Jiangnan was an orphan in this life, and he rarely ate this type of family meal. He lived in an orphanage since he was a child and ate a big pot of rice. Occasionally Jiangnan would miss home, but he couldn't go back. Jiangnan didn't hate this warm atmosphere. The meal was quickly finished, and Jiangnan said goodbye to a few people and left. It was already dark at this time. Nashimi Eyeglass stood at the door and watched Jiangnan's figure gradually go away. "Sister, do you like him?" Nashimi Ayuzuru suddenly asked. Nashimi Eyeglass didn't know how to answer for a moment. People who have been in the dark for many years will always long for a beam of light to break the darkness and stay by her side. But when the light appears, she is afraid that the light will suddenly disappear. Don't think too much, it's fine like this. Jiangnan is a good boy. Nashimi Eyeglass's mother came over at this time. She could see that someone as outstanding as Jiangnan must have many friends. Nashimi Eyeglass is just one of her many friends. But for Nashimi Eyeglass, Jiangnan is the only one who can be regarded as a friend. Only Jiangnan did not dislike her, nor did he show that kind of pitiful look. Jiangnan walked on the street. The dim street lights illuminated the darkness, and the streets were busy with cars and people coming and going. Almost done, but unfortunately in this everyday world, we can't be too casual and ostentatious. It's not the best choice to directly cure Nishimiya Naoko's ears. This is an everyday world, without strange powers. Although some people believe in gods and Buddhas, they believe more in science in their hearts. Believing in gods and Buddhas is more about finding a sustenance for their souls. If a person with hearing impairment suddenly regains his hearing, there may be some unnecessary troubles without scientific basis. Although it is only a possibility, Jiangnan doesn't like it. It is best to cure it according to the normal process. This way, there is a reason and there will be no trouble. Jiangnan thought so. It is the most correct to perfectly solve all hidden dangers and problems. It's like Conan stopped everything before the murder happened. This is a perfect detective. It's always better to be steady. Jiangnan has also read the book How to Become Liu. Shen Yang and Li Changsheng in it are both extremely steady guys. It's always right to be steady. Back home, another day has almost passed. Just then he heard the reminder sound of the chat group. "Who is calling me? Unfortunately, I don't have much time recently." As he said, Jiangnan opened the chat group. "Jingshan, our group leader Jiangnan, big man help me. Mingfei, it seems that someone has watched the TV drama of his own life and believed it." Group leader Jiangnan, "Hey, isn't this General Felipeng? What's going on?" Jingshan, "A poisonous person. Oh my god, there really is a poisonous person. Exactly the same." Mingfei, "You believed it." Group leader Jiangnan, "Don't worry, you are not unable to bear it. Don't forget that you are the savior of the world. You are a hero." Jingshan, group leader, "You know me, I just want to be the shopkeeper of Jiangnan, and my future is so dangerous." Group leader Jiangnan, "You should have a long-term vision. How can a small Jiangnan shopkeeper limit you?" Jingshan, backquote, "I can't bear it. The demon lord Zunlao is coming soon. He will beat me to death." Mingfei, "What are you afraid of? Use a copper coin to buy his magic sword." Jingshan, "It's better if I don't know. I'm afraid I'll be weak after knowing it. That's the demon lord, the strongest in the demon world, who dares to fight against the heaven." Mingfei, "Yes, I remember that in the game. The demon lord is the most powerful, and the evil sword immortal is nothing." Group leader Jiangnan, "The blackened one is 10 times stronger, and the white one is 3 points weaker. The demon lord was severely cut." Namikaze Minato, brother Jingshan, "Believe in yourself. I also watched The Legend of Sword and Fairy. You are a very upright and excellent person. Didn't you also want to be a great hero?" Jingshan, carrot. Jingshan said that he was ignorant at that time and didn't know that he would be so miserable in the future. If you want to wear the crown, you must bear its weight. Chapter 182, Middle Parting. Jingshan, "But I'm scared." "Don't do that." Group leader Jiangnan, "Actually, I really want to help you, but I can't leave." Mingfei, "In the world of immortal heroes, I'm at the foundation establishment stage. Even if I have the immortal level White King's spear, it's not enough." Xiao Yan, brother Jingshan, "You're still pitiful. After reading Fights Breaks Fear, I finally understand why I lost all my fighting spirit in the past 3 years. It turns out it was that jerk Yao Leo. Mingfei, isn't this the protagonist of the broken engagement story? Did you break off the engagement? Xiao Yan, if I did, it's similar to the one in Fights Breaks Fear. Mingfei, then have you become Yao Leo's apprentice? Xiao Yan, no. Mingfei, Xiao Yan, my vision was too narrow before. I set a small goal first, to become a Dao Emperor within 3 years, and then to attack Yunlin sect. Mingfei, Xiao Yan, it depends on luck. I just took a look at the annual lottery in the group. If I can draw an immortality pill like the group leader, I will instantly ascend to heaven, and become an immortal. I don't want to be a mere Yan Emperor anymore. Mingfei, you are really cool. Jingshan, brothers, save me. Mingfei, Jingshan. At this moment, you are indeed just an ordinary young man in the market, but you have to know that you are the reincarnation of General Fipeng, the #1 general in the heaven, and the reincarnation of Prince Langayang. To put it bluntly, this is your fate, just like mine. This damn fate. Go to hell. Destroy the world. Explode the world. Jingshan, but I'm just a young man in Jungan, a mortal who doesn't know any martial arts. Group leader Jiangnan, is that Saitama here? Saitama, it's the group leader. What do you want from me? Group leader Jiangnan, I've been busy lately. Are you busy over there? If you're fine, go over and do a middle part for the Chinese paladin world. There's also a round bowl there. The moon worshipper said their world was round, but Li Xiaoyao insisted it was fake. What an illiterate man. Saitama, oh, are there any strong guys in there? Group leader Jiangnan, of course there are. The Lord of the Demons is the strongest in the demon world. He's absolutely awesome. Saitama, really? I haven't watched the series of TV series you uploaded. Mingfei, the Bold Demon King versus the Lord of the Demons is interesting just to think about. I'd like to go over there and try it out. I don't think I can beat the Lord of the Demons, but I can handle the poisoning incident without any problem. At Tsujikoku Yoriichi, I can help too. Mingfei, good evening, teacher. At Tsujikoku Yoriichi, good evening. Namikaze Minato, it's a pity that I, the 4th Hokage, can't leave. When I step down one day, I'll definitely go to your world and have fun. Mingfei, waiting for you, 4th Hokage. Xiaoji, sorry, I'm taking the hunter license exam, so I can't leave. Mingfei, it's okay, just focus on the exam. If you have any trouble, tell us and we can help solve it together. After all, it's fate that we can meet here. Group leader Jiangnan, Mingfei, when did you become so similar to me and understand my thoughts so well? Mingfei, I'm the boss's most loyal little brother. I must figure out the boss's thoughts. I will carry out the boss's will. Group leader Jiangnan appoints Mingfei as group manager. Mingfei obtains administrator privileges. Group leader Jiangnan, I'm so touched. From today on, Mingfei, you are the privileged one. When I'm not around, you are the boss. Mingfei, equals, vertical bar vertical bar vertical bar. Mingfei, I'm touched and shocked. I will thoroughly implement the group leader's will. Ila, good evening, everyone. Group leader Jiangnan, hello, little friend. Mingfei, you are the only girl in our group. Although you are still an elementary school student, you must speak up when you encounter difficulties. And don't listen to that pervert Ruby. Group leader Jiangnan, if you want to transform into a magical girl, I will make you a better one. Do you want Sakura or Nanoha? Ila, well, I have become a magical girl. Group leader Jiangnan, damn it, did that pervert succeed in the end? Mingfei, damn pervert. Ila, actually, Ruby just has a weird personality. Namikaze Minato, alas. Xiao Yan, horse monkey soju, I didn't expect to hear this word again. Group leader Jiangnan, it's okay, let's just catch up on the anime. There are also strong people in other worlds. Saitama, I'm looking forward to fighting with the strong. Group leader Jiangnan, let Mr. Yuanai and Mingfei solve the problem of poisonous people. When the time comes, the Demon King attacks. Saitama, you go up and show him some color. Jingshan, that's right, show him some color. He only knows how to bully a mortal like me. Saitama, show him what color. Red is okay. Mingfei, I think yellow is pretty good. Group leader Jiangnan, isn't yellow a bit too much? I think green is good. Jingshan, not this color. Don't play with me, big guys. Group leader Jiangnan, just kidding. Besides, you are very resistant to beatings. The Demon King almost died of exhaustion, but didn't kill you. Jingshan, but it will hurt. It hurts so much. Elia, brother Jingshan, it's really miserable. Well, why don't I come over to help? Mingfei, no, you're just a primary school student. You should go to school well. Dangerous things should be left to us adults to deal with. Group leader Jiangnan, let a little girl go to the battlefield to fight dangerous enemies, especially if the little girl is a magical girl. This kind of thing is not allowed. Namikaze Minato, the second generation Hokage, once founded the Ninja Academy in order to prevent children from going to the battlefield. As a child, you must study hard and work hard, and don't do dangerous things. Elia, got it. Xiao Yan, that's right. Only bastards will let children go to the battlefield to fight dangerous enemies. Children are the future of the world and flowers that have not yet grown up. Group leader Jiangnan, okay, the problem is almost solved. I'll log off first. I'll finish my work here and go over to take a look. The world of immortal heroes. It must be very interesting. Mingfei, I always feel that the group leader is making trouble, but there is no evidence. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 183, Fireworks. A new day starts with getting up. Looking at his empty room, Jiangnan sometimes wonders if it would be better to move to a smaller house. Such a big villa should not be called a manor. Isn't it too lonely with only one living person? On the way to school, I met the King of Kings version again. Unfortunately, we separated again at the fork in the road. It's always boring to come to school. Jiangnan lay on the table thinking about things. Time soon came to the end of school. Jiangnan, are you going to the club activity room today? Kato Hui asked lightly, standing beside Jiangnan. Jiangnan raised his head slightly and thought for a while, then nodded. Go. Kato Hui smiled. Together. Yeah. The two walked together in the corridor. Jiangnan hasn't been to the club activity room these days, and he doesn't know if the service department has any commissions now, so he asked, are there any commissions now? Hoo. Kato Hui thought for a while and nodded. There is a commission that is also a love commission. Oh. Jiangnan became interested, so he asked, what kind of thing? Kato Hui slowly began to tell the story. A girl from class C of the first grade wanted to confess her love to Hayama Hayato, so she came to the servant club for help. The girl's name is Ishiki Iroha. She is a very cute girl, but her true character should be a bit dark. Jiangnan asked after listening. So how is your progress? We can only provide some simple help. After all, this kind of thing requires the consent of both parties. Yuki Noshita said that it is difficult for the girl to succeed, but she still chose a romantic time. Isn't there a fireworks party in 2 days? Everyone will go to watch the fireworks at that time, so it is best to confess at that time. Jiangnan nodded. I see. Fireworks party. Jiangnan thought of Nishimiya Glass, and he would bring her with him when the time comes, and his sister would also bring everyone to enjoy the fireworks party. Soon the two came to the servant club. The energetic voice of the girl came from the club activity room. Jiangnan was not very familiar with this voice and thought it was only the recent client Ishiki Iroha. Opening the door, a cute girl was talking to Yugahama Yui with a smile. Hikigaya Hachiman sat on a chair and read a book with a speechless face. It seems that he has seen through the girl's true character. Ishiki Iroha greeted people enthusiastically when she saw someone coming. Hello, Senior Kato. Hello, this must be Senior Jiangnan. Hello. Kato Megumi. Hello. Jiangnan, Jr. Hello. After greeting, Jiangnan and Kato Megumi sat in their usual seats. Yuki Noshita Yukino glanced at the two of them. She was very happy that everyone could come to participate in the club activities. But for now, it would be better to complete the commission first. Aishiki, then confess at the fireworks party in 2 days according to the plan. Hayato Hayama will also participate at that time. You have to seize the opportunity. Aishiki Iroha listened very seriously, with a little smart look in her eyes. There will be many people participating in the fireworks party. When the beautiful fireworks bloom in the sky, the huge sound will cover everything. At this time, if you confess quietly, the fireworks will be the most romantic flowers. But if the hearts are connected, the confession can be conveyed. Aishiki Iroha smiled happily. Then I'll leave it to you seniors. It will be no problem. Although she said so, Yugahama Yui thought of Miura Yumiko. Would it be bad to help others to pursue the boy that her best friend likes? Yugahama Yui was also very distressed. The fireworks party was held as scheduled. Such a big event, many people are waiting. There were crowds of people around the fireworks party, which also added a lot of popularity to the nearby shops. Jiangnan took Nishimiya glass and Nishimiya Yuzuru to shuffle through the crowd. He held their hands to prevent them from being squeezed away. Nishimiya Yuzuru was a little reluctant, but he did not break free. Soon Jiangnan met another person he had an appointment with, Kato Megumi. Kato Megumi stood under a tree on the roadside, waiting quietly. Hoo-hoo. Jiangnan shouted loudly in the crowd. Kato Megumi raised her head and saw Jiangnan, and also saw the pair of sisters that Jiangnan was holding. Make way, make way. Jiangnan squeezed out of the crowd with Nishimiya Yuzuru and Nishimiya glass. It's really crowded. Hello. Kato Megumi always had a calm expression on her face. Nishimiya glass looked at the girl in a dress in front of her. It was the girl from that time, and she was Jiangnan's friend. Hello. Nishimiya glass greeted her with sign language and a strange voice. Kato Megumi waved at her. Well, long time no see Nishimiya. Nishimiya Yuzuru broke away from Jiangnan's hand. Jiangnan also let go of Nishimiya glass's hand. It seems that we are not late. The fireworks haven't started yet. We can definitely grab a good position at this time. Well, in fact, we can see it clearly from here. Kato Megumi said lightly. Jiangnan glanced at the crowded crowd in front. That's right. If it's too crowded, I will blame myself if I lose you. Jiangnan smiled, so the four of them sat down on a bench nearby, quietly waiting for the fireworks to bloom. By the way, I will go back. What about Aishiki's request? Kato Megumi thought for a while. It doesn't matter if I'm here or not. Yukinoshita-san will take care of everything, and Ikigaya-san is here too. Old 8 is here. Okay, let's just watch the fireworks quietly. Nishimiya glass sat with her sister, watching Kato Megumi and Jiangnan communicating normally. Girls are always more sensitive, and she is a girl who can't even communicate normally. For a moment, she was a little envious. At this moment, a figure suddenly jumped out of the crowd, and the figure moved back and forth in the crowd as flexibly as a monkey. You super idiot, come back to me. Haha, come and catch me. Xiaoming. In the crowd, Hanabata Yoshiko was running around with a big white dog. Idiot, if you run around again, you won't be able to find the class monitor and the others. Don't forget what we are here for. Akatsu Akira chased after Hanabata Yoshiko and shouted loudly. Hanabata Yoshiko suddenly stopped. Yes, we are here to find the class monitor and the others. Akatsu Akira had a black line on his face. It was obvious that this idiot had just forgotten everything. At this time, Akatsu Akira's squad leader, the blonde angel he met last time, squeezed out of the crowd. Kako, here, here. The blonde girl called out loudly. Hanabata Kako was about to rush over, but Akatsu Akira directly stabbed her with a knife. Idiot, watch out for the others. Finally, they squeezed out of the crowd and met not far from the bench where Jiangnan was sitting. Chapter 184, Angel Friend. Akatsuki Akira really has a headache with Hanabata Yoshiko. This idiot does things as he pleases and doesn't remember anything. This place is not bad. Why don't we watch the fireworks here? Akatsuki Akira looked around and then saw Jiangnan not far away. Jiangnan waved at him. Akatsuki Akira didn't have many friends. Jiangnan was one of them, and he was very grateful for the notes Jiangnan gave him last time. Long time no see, Senior Jiangnan. Akatsuki Akira came over with a group of his friends. Among them was the discipline committee chairman who was infected by Hinabata Yoshiko's idiotic attribute last time. There was also the monitor of the first year class B, a cute blonde girl. Long time no see, Junior, and idiot. Hinabata Yoshiko didn't think the idiot was talking about her at all. Good evening Senior. The blonde girl greeted with a gentle smile, and the healing smile was like the wings of an angel. Nishimi Eyeglass was also healed by such a smile. It turns out that there are really angels in this world. By the way, I forgot to ask your name last time. If you don't mind, please tell me your name. The blonde girl was slightly stunned, and then said her name. Sayaka Sumino. Jiangnan. Jiangnan also told the girl his name. Sayaka Sumino looked at the others. Jiangnan introduced them. These are my friends. They came to watch the fireworks show together. Hello. Sayaka Sumino greeted everyone gently. The others responded and greeted them. Sayaka Sumino noticed Nishimiya and Ayoko. Although it was a little dark, Sayaka Sumino clearly saw the hearing aid on Nishimiya and Ayoko's ear. Nishimiya and Ayoko seemed a little scared, but Sayaka Sumino came over and shook Nishimiya and Ayoko's hand. Hello. Sayaka Sumino showed a warm smile, and there was no hatred in her eyes that Nishimiya and Ayoko had seen before. Hello. Nishimiya and Ayoko spoke, but her voice was a little weird. Sayaka Sumino didn't think there was anything wrong. The fireworks tonight will be beautiful. Hinabata Yoshiko ran over excitedly and held Nishimiya Eyeglass's hand. Hello, I'm Hinabata Yoshiko. The idiot didn't seem to notice anything unusual about Nishimiya Eyeglass. Nishimiya Eyeglass had never seen such an enthusiastic person, a little too enthusiastic. Okay, don't cause trouble for Senior. Akatsuki Akira knocked Hinabata Yoshiko's head with a knife, fearing that this idiot would do something stupid again. No way. Hinabata Yoshiko said, covering her head. Akatsuki Akira took out a banana. Banana. Hinabata Yoshiko instantly turned into a monkey king. Akatsuki Akira threw it forward, and Hinabata Yoshiko rushed out instantly. Then Senior, we'll leave first. Well, bye. Akatsuki Akira left with his group of friends. There were more and more people around, and as the time for the fireworks to bloom approached, everyone around had chosen their seats. As the clock struck 8, beautiful fireworks, one by one, soared into the sky and exploded in the sky. The grand fireworks filled the entire sky. Many people took out their mobile phones to take pictures of this beautiful scene. Couples snuggled together and admired the beautiful fireworks. Nishimiya Eyeglass looked at the huge flowers blooming in the sky, as if the huge flowers bloomed in her eyes. She seemed to have not participated in such a large event for a long time. On the other side, Aishiki Iroha took this opportunity to confess to Hayato Hayama. As expected, she failed. After failing, Aishiki Iroha left the crowd. Finally, she ran in front of Jiangnan, and the four of them noticed the tears in the corners of Aishiki Iroha's eyes. Kato Megumi said softly, "It looks like she failed. It should be. The essence of the service club is to provide help, and whether it can succeed depends on the individual." Aishiki Iroha failed without a doubt, and the commission ended here. The fireworks party ended, and the people around began to leave one after another. Outside the venue, Nishimiya Eyeglass's mother had been waiting here for a long time. Jiangnan and the other four saw Nishimiya Yiko as soon as they came out. "Good evening, Auntie." Yiko Nishimiya rarely smiled. "Good evening." Then she looked at her child Nishimiya Eyeglass. Nishimiya Eyeglass rarely comes to places with so many people because the child is very shy. "Auntie, you are here to pick up glass and use your Ru." Jiangnan let go of Nishimiya Eyeglass. Nishimiya Yuzuru pulled his sister and ran to Yiko Nishimiya and turned back to make a face. Jiangnan smiled and waved his hand. Yiko Nishimiya looked at Nishimiya Eyeglass gently and then spoke to Jiangnan. "Thank you. It's okay, we are friends." It was late, and Yiko Nishimiya quickly left with her child. Jiangnan and Kato Megumi stood at the exit of the venue waiting for others. In Jiangnan's perception, Aishiki Iroha was sitting on a chair not far away, feeling a little depressed. Soon, Hachiman Hikigaya, Yugahama Yui, and Yukinoshita Yukino came out of the venue. "Hey, they're out." Jiangnan greeted everyone. Hello. Yugahama Yui was still as enthusiastic as ever. It looks like the commission is over. Jiang Nan said casually. Yukinoshita Yukino nodded. It's over, but the result is not very good. It looks like it really failed. Just now I saw Ishiki-san ran past me crying, and now she seems to be sitting over there. Jiang Nan pointed in a direction. Hikigaya Hachiman stared with dead eyes in the direction Jiang Nan pointed. It was going to fail anyway. It was just expected. Chasing after a fake thing, without knowing the true feelings. It is impossible for Hayato Hayama to agree to such a confession. Hey, I told you that girls who have just broken up are the easiest to capture. Do you want to take advantage of the situation? I remember what that saying is. When a couple quarrels, even a dog can take advantage of the situation. Hikigaya Hachiman shook his head. That's impossible. Ishiki is very strong. Don't worry, I'm very good at judging people. Girls who reveal their capture skills are good stocks. Invest with confidence and you won't lose money. Jiang Nan said with a smile. Yugahama Yui looked at Hikigaya Hachiman with some concern. This is not an investment. Hey, you don't understand, Leo Bay. I guess no one wants a dead salted fish like you. I'm worried about your lifelong event. Jiang Nan hugged Hikigaya Hachiman's shoulders. Hikigaya Hachiman shook his head helplessly. Don't be ridiculous. At this time, Zion-chan group also came over. Hey, good evening. Hayato Hayama greeted him, as if what happened just now had no effect on him. Miura Yumiko glanced at Jiang Nan and snorted. Chapter 185, Small Tricks. Jiang Nan gave a wicked smile. As a member of the service club, he also knew the confession plan for tonight. It was a private confession, and Miura Yumiko was fooled away at that moment. So she didn't know that Hayato Hayama was confessed to during the fireworks party. If Jiang Nan only told her the beginning, and not the result, this high and mighty queen would definitely not be able to hold it. Hikigaya Hachiman knew that something bad was going to happen when he saw Jiang Nan's wicked smile. Okay, we'll leave first. Hikigaya Hachiman didn't want things to develop into a bad situation. He knew that Jiang Nan was a man who didn't mind trouble, and he could really do anything. Jiang Nan was about to speak when he was pulled away by Hikigaya Hachiman. The others had no choice but to follow. Oh my. Don't be so anxious, old Hachiman. Besides, what can I do? Several people left in a quarrel. Then they went home. After returning to his home, Jiang Nan looked into the distance, and his eyes seemed to pass through countless buildings, and saw what he wanted to see. After thinking about it, I decided to use some simple tricks. Nishimiya house. Yiko Nishimiya sat on a chair with a teacup in her hand, but an idea came to her mind at some point. Take her daughter Nishimiya Glass to the hospital for a checkup. Such an idea is like a seed planted in the ground, taking root and sprouting, and growing stronger and stronger. This is a way of using mental power, stuffing an idea into a person's mind. Jiang Nan's mental power is very strong, and it is easy to quietly stuff an idea into the mind of an ordinary person. In fact, Yiko Nishimiya also has this idea, so it is easy to manipulate. Jiang Nan's plan is very simple, that is, check, get better, have surgery, and then be healthy. This is a normal process, and nothing will be discovered because of the appearance of a miracle. It was a week later that they met again. Yiko Nishimiya took her daughter Nishimiya Glass to the hospital for a checkup the day after the fireworks party. It turned out that the hearing impairment had improved, and if the operation was performed, there was a great chance of recovery to become a normal person. Yiko Nishimiya understood what her daughter had gone through, and she wanted her daughter to be like a normal person, especially since her daughter had made some good friends recently. The cost of the operation was not high, and Yiko Nishimiya could afford it. However, there would be a period of recovery after the operation. So the next day after the examination, the operation was urgently arranged. Although Nishimiya Glass was a little scared, she thought that if she could become a normal person, her fear disappeared instantly. The operation was very successful, but she needed to recover slowly. After staying in the hospital for a while, her friends were allowed to visit her. Yiko Nishimiya suddenly felt that fate seemed to have mercy on them. This made Nishimiya Glass hear the voice again. No one knew that all this was done by Jiang Nan. If there is such a thing as fate, then it must be him. In the hospital ward, Jiangnan came here with a fruit basket. Yiko Nishimiya was peeling an apple for her daughter Nishimiya Glass, and she rarely showed a happy smile on her face, that always had a sad face. Nishimiya Glass was lying on the bed with her ears wrapped in gauze. Jiangnan knocked on the door. Hello. Yiko Nishimiya turned her head and looked at Jiangnan. Auntie, I'm here to see Nishimiya Glass. Jiangnan walked in. Nishimiya Glass smiled and said in sign language, "Thank you." Jiangnan put the fruit basket on the table next to her and also said in sign language, "How do you feel? Are you feeling better?" "Much better." The operation was very successful. After removing the gauze in a few days, she will be able to recover her hearing. After a month of rehabilitation, she will be able to become a completely normal person. After 16 years, the girl finally became a normal person. Nishimiya Glass was very happy. That's good. When Glass gets better, let's play together. I will introduce new friends to Glass. Yeah. Nishimiya Glass nodded vigorously. At this time, Yiko Nishimiya said softly, "Thank you for coming to see Glass at this time. Glass is my friend. Since she is in the hospital, I will definitely come to see her. But you should pay attention to rest, auntie. You should not have slept well these 2 days." Yiko Nishimiya had obvious dark circles under her eyes. It was obvious that she did not rest well during this period. You are such a good kid. It's great for Naoko to have a friend like you. I'm just doing what a friend should do. By the way, what about Yuzuru? That guy is the most attached to his sister. Nishimiya Yiko thought for a while and said softly, "Yuzuru went out to buy bread. There are some things at home that she went back to deal with." "I see." Jiangnan looked at Nishimiya Naoko again. Now the girl's future is full of hope. She should not have the idea of suicide again. On a whim, he did so. Jiangnan is such a person. By the way, auntie, I may not be able to find Naoko during this period. Nishimiya Yiko was slightly stunned. Jiangnan also made sign language when he spoke. Why? Nishimiya Naoko thought Jiangnan hated her. Don't get me wrong. I have some things to deal with during this period, but it won't take too long. I hope Naoko will be better when we meet again. I said I will always be your friend. Jiangnan's sign language was not fast, and every time Nishimiya Naoko understood the meaning of the sign language. Well, I understand. I will definitely cooperate with the doctor. Then they briefly talked about the topic of study. Jiangnan left his high school notes to Nishimiya Glass. Nishimiya Glass looked at the beautiful handwriting on the notebook, and her eyes revealed cherishment. Thank you, Jiangnan. You're welcome. Because of her ear problem, it is difficult for Nishimiya Glass to learn by listening like normal people. She needs a professional sign language teacher to teach her, which has also caused Nishimiya Glass to lag behind in her studies. Jiangnan's notes are exactly what Nishimiya Glass needs. After chatting for a while, Jiangnan left. Nishimiya Glass is still in the hospital and needs to rest. She needs to let her ears recover slowly, and she can't eat some spicy food. On the way back from the hospital, Jiangnan dialed the number of his teacher Hiratsuka Shizuka. The phone was connected after 2 rings. What's the matter, little stinky boy? I don't stink. Hiratsuka Shizuka fell silent. Jiangnan continued to say with a smile. Jing, I have good news and bad news. Which one do you want to hear first? Hiratsuka Jing had a bad feeling when she heard Jiangnan's joyful tone. Can I not listen? Chapter 186, The Legend of Sword and Fairy. Shizuka Hiratsuka's premonition was right. But I really want to say it. Jing, let me tell you, the bad news is that I'm going to skip class. The time is tentative. The good news is that during this period of time, Jing, you don't have to worry about me, this problem student. I knew that if you were so obedient for such a long time, something would definitely happen. Shizuka Hiratsuka said helplessly. Then please forget me for a while after I leave. Shizuka Hiratsuka, go and have fun. Then my spontaneous trip will begin. Don't miss me, Jing. I will bring you local specialties when I come back. After saying that, Jiangnan hung up the phone. After thinking for a while, he sent a message to Kato Megumi. I'm going to take a spontaneous trip. Don't miss me. I will bring you local specialties when I come back. After sending the message, Jiangnan nodded with great satisfaction. Let's go to other worlds to play. In the chat group. Group leader Jiangnan, at JINGTIAN brother, I'm here to play with you. Mingfei, woohoo, group leader is taking off. Yuchitsu Jikuni, hello, group leader. Jingshan, group leader, you have no idea what I've been through these past 2 days. It's so awesome. Group leader Jiangnan, Mingfei, why do you tell Jingshan all the popular memes? Don't you know that young people like him like to play these kinds of memes the most? Mingfei, blame me. Jingshan, Mingfei is so awesome. And Mr. Yuanai is so awesome. The poisonous people, that I couldn't beat any of them. They knocked them all down in a few moves, and pushed all the way to the Pilly Hall. It's so terrifying. Mingfei, although those poisonous people are full of poison, they are essentially just ordinary people with their potential stimulated. I used my royal power to easily pin them all to the ground, but there is one thing I really didn't expect. Group leader Jiangnan, I remember that Luo Ruli of the Pilly Hall was not very strong. But you are a man with the White King's spear, and you can use all the powers of the White King. Mingfei, not this rookie, I mean Mr. Yuanai. Group leader Jiangnan, Mingfei, don't be surprised by what I'm going to say next. Group leader Jiangnan, I'm the group leader, I won't be surprised, no matter what it is. Mingfei, just before the battle with the poison man, Mr. Yuanai used a magical power. Group leader Jiangnan, whose magical power is it? Mingfei, it's not who, it's a magical power. It's the supreme magic to cultivate the laws of heaven and earth, and only cultivators above the nascent soul stage can use a magical power. Group leader Jiangnan, is it this? Jiangnan sent the image of an immortal, the huge images through the sky and the earth. Mingfei, it's not an immortal. It's not that awesome. It's a magical power that can mobilize the power of nature for its own use. Jiangnan sent the appearance of Pangu at the beginning of chaos. Mingfei, are you kidding me? Group leader Jiangnan, I've been seen through. Group leader Jiangnan, Mingfei. Group leader Jiangnan, it looks like you should understand something about it. Mingfei, you're not good enough. How come you've only reached the foundation building stage? Others, Yuanai has already reached the nascent soul stage. You're too weak. Mingfei, wow, my little heart can't take it. Jigo Yuanai, I don't know why I have reached this level. Group leader Jiangnan, I think I guessed the reason. It should be entering the Tao. Mingfei. Group leader Jiangnan, cultivating immortals is also called cultivating the truth, recognizing the true self, recognizing oneself. Why do immortals need to train their minds in the mortal world? Because this will make their Tao heart stronger. The so-called one-step entry into the Tao is to experience the 10 emotions and 8 sufferings in the mortal world, which are the suffering of life, the suffering of aging, the suffering of illness, the suffering of death, the suffering of not getting what you want, the suffering of meeting with those you hate, the suffering of separation from those you love, and the suffering of the yin world. Group leader Jiangnan, after training in the mortal world and entering the Dao in the mortal world, Mr. Yuanai has obviously honed a firm heart for seeking the Dao in the mortal world, with great love in his heart, facing death, overcoming the tribulation of love, and feeling aging. Even at the last moment of his death, Mr. Yuanai's Dao heart has never wavered. The moment he stepped into the cultivation of immortality, Yuanai entered the Dao and achieved the nascent soul in one step. Group leader Jiangnan, moreover, Mr. Yuanai's talent, bones, and comprehension are all top-notch. He is just like the chosen son of heaven. One can even suspect that he is the biological son of the world. Mingfei, Deg. Namikaze Minato, the group leader knows so much. Group leader Jiangnan, after all, I have become an immortal, so I must understand. Mingfei, how am I? How is my Dao heart? Group leader Jiangnan, you have a shitty Dao heart. I guess you can't even get over the tribulation of love. Mingfei, how is that possible? Group leader Jiangnan, do I need to tell you what's in the second to last file on your computer's C drive? Mingfei, oh my god, how did you know that? Group leader Jiangnan, I understand. We've all been there. Who doesn't know about puberty? Mingfei, backquote. Jiguanai, the heart of seeking the Tao? Why can't I feel it? Group leader Jiangnan, the heart of Tao is mysterious. It can't be seen nor touched, but it really exists. With the heart of Tao, you can be immune to many mental attacks. In the process of cultivating immortals and overcoming tribulations, there is a kind of tribulation called the heart demon tribulation. This kind of tribulation is a mental attack. If you can't get through it, your physical body will be possessed by the heart demon, and your mind will change drastically, and you will fall into the path of evil. Group leader Jiangnan, nowadays, the fairy tale dramas are always about falling in love, and then falling into the devil's way. They always kill everyone in the world for you, and destroy the three realms for you. They don't have any heart of Taoism, and there is no great love in their hearts. I feel that they are not worthy of being immortals at all. They are just a group of mortals with power. The Chinese are better than them. At least the Chinese still consider the feelings of fans, and have some shame. Mingfei, so that's it, the heart of seeking Taoism. Group leader Jiangnan, don't think too much, just insist on being yourself. Mingfei, I understand. Jingshan, aren't you coming to my place? Group leader Jiangnan, yes, you have forgotten to do your business. Open the door quickly. It's the most troublesome to preach big truths. Jiangnan requested to enter Jingshan's world. Agree. The daily life chapter ends here. The next new chapter is the world of Chinese Paladin 3rd, which is also the author's favorite fairy tale drama in childhood. I was tortured when I watched it when I was a child, especially the part where Mao cut his flesh. The Legend of Sword and Fairy pioneered the Xianxia drama, but I didn't expect it to be the peak at the beginning. What are the Xianxia dramas like now? They are all about love all day long, or backstabbing their fellow disciples. They are said to be famous and upright, but those who don't know would think they are evil and evil. Chapter 187, Team Up. Yangon Pawn Shop. Mingfei and Jiguanai were sitting on chairs drinking tea. There were cakes next to them. Xiao Wenchang, the shopkeeper of Yangon Pawn Shop, looked at the two with a smile. Are you two heroes satisfied these days? Mingfei took a sip of tea, which was a bit bitter and not very tasty. This is ancient times, so don't think too much about the limited conditions. The fat house happy water is still better. Jiguanai was much better, because he was an ancient man himself. The group leader will be here soon. Well, there will be fun then. The Yazhou City poisonous man incident just came out, and it was directly solved by the two of them. The two of them pushed directly to the Pilly Hall, and Jiguanai cut the Pilly Hall leader with a knife. The powerful strength shocked everyone. Fear the strong and respect the strong. These days, because of Jingshan, Jiguanai and Mingfei have been living in Yangon Pawn Shop. Xiao Wenchang not only did not dislike them, but served them very well. These days, the 5 poisonous beasts have been treating the poisonous man, and the treatment is almost finished. Mingfei said. They pushed forward without killing any poisonous people, because they knew that these poisonous people could still be saved. If there was a death, it was Luo Ruli, the leader of the Thunderbolt Hall. After they solved everything, they helped Tang Zujin obtain the 5 poisonous beasts in the 100 poisons building of the Tang sect. Tang Kun, the leader of the Tang castle, did not have his 10 years of skill sucked away and eventually die as in the original book. Everything has changed. And at this moment, a black space crack suddenly appeared. Here we are. Mingfei was very excited. Then Jiangnan walked out of the space crack. Did you miss me, brothers? Hello, group leader. Mingfei was very enthusiastic, worthy of being the group leader's most loyal younger brother. It's been a long time since I saw the group leader. Jiangnan looked at Mingfei and Jiguanai seriously. Not bad. It seems that Mr. Yuanai has really entered the Tao, and his cultivation level is in the late nascent soul stage. It is estimated that he will be able to become a god in a while. Mingfei wanted to cry, but had no tears. He had worked hard for so long to reach the foundation building stage. As a result, Jiguanai immediately entered the Tao and achieved the nascent soul stage as soon as he entered the cultivation of immortality. It can only be said that he is worthy of being a teacher. However, the black space crack did not disappear with the appearance of Jiangnan. Then a bald young man in home clothes came out. The style of the young man was very casual, and his appearance was the kind of extra in a TV series. "Hello, everyone." Saitama greeted everyone. This person was the bald devil Saitama. "Where is brother Jingshin?" Jiangnan looked around curiously, and at this time Jingshin ran in from the door. "Hey, group leader, I'm here." Behind Jingshin was his younger brother Mao. In fact, Mao was a few years older than Jingshin, but he didn't care about these. He liked to follow Jingshin. The boss of the boss, that's the boss. Mao showed a silly smile on his face, a pure soul. In ancient times, the Buddha fed the eagle with his body, and now Mao exchanged his body for food to save the world. Jiangnan has never seen the Buddha, but he has seen Mao. "Hey, just call me the boss. Brother Jingshin, won't you take us out to play? This is my first time here, and you can't be stingy as the host." Jingshin patted his chest vigorously. "Don't worry, group leader, I will definitely take you to have fun today. Yuzhou City is fun." Jiangnan waved his hand. "Come on, brothers, let's go play together. This is a fairy world I have never seen." Just like that, Saitama, Jingshin, Mingfei, and Jigo Yuanai went out to play together. The 6 realms and the world of the legend of Sword and Fairy have different layers. Although it talks about science, the only scientist is the moon worshipper who has not been born yet. Jiangnan and his friends are now in the mortal world of the 6 realms. Walking on the street, people are coming and going around, and children are running around with windmills. In ancient times, there were no mobile phones, so there were not so many people who looked down at their phones. Everyone walked on the street with their heads raised, looking so confident. The vendors were shouting and soliciting customers, while the owner of the small restaurant next to them was sweating profusely while cooking noodles. There were inns around, and the ancient style buildings were exactly the same as those in the TV series. This was Yuzhou City, which was not as prosperous as Chang'an City, but was also a good city. Although there were monsters in this world, humans also had strong ones who protected one side. Moreover, monsters also had their own territories, and ordinary people would not encounter any problems unless they had nothing to do and went there. Jiangnan, not bad. Tanghilu, Bing Tanghilu. A vendor carrying Bing Tanghilu passed by the crowd. "Oh my god, I loved eating this when I was a kid, and I still like it now that I'm grown up." Jiangnan stopped the vendor selling Bing Tanghilu. The vendor was dressed in linen clothes, and he was an ordinary person who couldn't be more ordinary. "Sir, buy a few strings of candied haws. Only 5 cents. The vendor put down the big hammer on his shoulder. The big hammer was full of candied haws. The hammer was made of wheat stalks, and was specially used to stick candied haws. Jiangnan had seen this kind of thing when he was a child, before he traveled through time. At that time, he always pestered his parents to buy it for him. His parents always said that eating it would damage his teeth. Now that he thinks about it, he can't go back. "Give me a few strings of candied haws." "Okay, sir." So everyone had a string of candied haws in their hands, and the one who paid was naturally Jingshin. Although Jingshin loves money, he is sometimes very generous. All the expenses today were paid by Master Jing. Jigoyan looked at the red candied haws in his hand. He rarely eats this kind of thing, so he thought it was very novel. He took a bite, and the sweetness and sourness exploded in his mouth. Delicious. It's delicious. It's a pity that I can't go back to the time when I first ate this kind of thing. Jiangnan had a smile on his face. A new world, a new journey. This world is huge, and the main storyline only depicts the tip of the iceberg of this world. After walking around Yuzhou City twice, Jiangnan also knew the customs and habits here. This is the ancient times. The ancient times with gods, demons, and ghosts. After walking around, everyone sat down on the stones near the street. By the way, will Li Xiaoyao show up? Jingshin took out his half of the jade pendant. This is the couple's jade pendant that runs through the Legend of Sword and Fairy series. The other half is still in Tang Zujian's hands. "You mean that illiterate man?" "Don't worry, I'm here. Even if he comes, he can't take it away," Jiangnan said with a smile. Li Xiaoyao, who had entered the Tao, was still a little weak in Jiangnan's eyes. Jingshin wiped the half jade pendant in his hand with his clothes. "I won't hand this thing over easily." Chapter 188. You are the Demon Lord. This pair of couple jade pendants is the clue that leads Zujian and Jingshan. Zujian is Xiao's thoughts about General Fipeng and the incarnation of the divine fruit. In order to let Zujian and Jingshan be together again, Xiao put half of the jade pendant on Zujian. The other half was given to Jingshan by Yuleo. According to legend, whoever gets this pair of jade pendants can fly with the person they love forever. Just like Anu and Tang Xiaobao and the first fairy sword. In the third fairy sword, the jade pendant can be used to make a wish to gain power. The transmission of the jade pendants from the first fairy sword to the second fairy sword was achieved through Xiao's crossing. There is such a legend in the world of the fairy sword that every person is actually born as a half person and must find the other half, the only other half, so that the life of such a person can be called complete. As long as you hold half of the jade pendant and find the owner of the other half, the two people will be blessed by heaven infinitely, stay together, and love each other for 100 years. The jade pendant is a pendant style, which is made according to the proportion of the human body. Half of it is a man and half of it is a woman, which can be combined together. Putting the two pendants together, you can see the ends of the earth, unswerving determination, and the seal script engravings, wishing lovers in the world to finally get married. This is a good thing, Jingshan. You can even make a wish to let it restore your power of General Fipeng. Then you will be the first general in the god realm. In this world, apart from outsiders like us, only Changlao is your opponent, and there is also the growing Zhiangsan. Zhiangsan was also very afraid of General Fipeng before he grew up. Otherwise, he would not have been deceived by Jingshan. The last Zhiangsan was a monster that gathered all the evil thoughts in the world. It is an existence beyond the six paths. In the end, even Demon Lord Changlao was defeated by him. Thank you for the reminder, group leader, but I don't want to be Fipeng. Jingshan smiled and put the jade pendant back. There is actually a purpose for wandering and chatting here. Everyone is waiting for Li Xiao, waiting for Demon Lord Changlao. Jiangnan has been in this world for a short time, but he has also figured out the power of this world. The evil sword fairy is just a human evil. If Jiangnan wanted to, he could easily destroy a planet, which is a world for this world. The evil sword immortal was still a bit of a loser after all. Suddenly Jiangnan felt a hint of demonic energy. Something interesting is coming. Ji Huiyanai looked at the sky at this time. His intuition told him that something dangerous was coming. The crowd did not wait for Li Xiao, but waited for the Demon Lord. The Demon Lord descended from the sky, and his red eyes swept across the crowd. Finally, his eyes fell on Jingshan. The black wings behind him waved gently, and the terrifying sound of the wind enveloped the whole place. The demon flames were surging, and the Demon Lord appeared domineeringly, with an invincible strength. He is the immortal demon god, one of the strongest in the six realms, holding the nine springs divine weapon Flame Wave Blood Blade, and has the ability to shuttle through the six realms. His martial arts are top in the demon world, and he has a lofty and transcendent status in the demon world. Handsome appearance, with excitement in his eyes. The battle of 1,000 years ago can finally be carried out again. He wants to finish the battle with Fipeng 1,000 years ago. This is their agreement. His red hair is flying, and the blade in his hand is shining coldly. Fipeng, I'm here to find you. Demon Lord Zunlao laughed loudly, and the battle he had been waiting for 1,000 years can finally start. Although Jingshan joined the chat group, he was still immortal after a short time. Damn, why is it this guy? He was scared without hesitation, and then hid behind Jiangnan. Boss, help me, I can't stand it. Why are you hiding from Fipeng? Demon Lord Zunlao was a little angry. Fipeng 1,000 years ago was as domineering as him. They were arrogant, and looked down on the heroes, and they sympathized with each other. But Jingshan, he obviously has the appearance of Fipeng, but he is as timid as a gangster. This made Demon Lord Zunlao very unhappy. But there is no way. Who made Jingshan the reincarnation of Fipeng? You have changed. Demon Lord Zunlao's voice was a little hoarse. I'm not the person you're looking for. You've got the wrong person. Jingshan poked his head out from behind Jiangnan and said cautiously. There was no way. Demon Lord Changlao was really fierce. Even his appearance was very fierce. Fipeng, you've fallen to hiding behind someone else. It's been a long time since we last met. Before the battle began, Demon Lord Changlao still treated Fei Peng as a friend. But once the fight started, both sides would fight to the death. They were friends and enemies, and showing mercy was the greatest insult to a friend. Brother, you've got the wrong person. If you want to fight, go find him. He's awesome. Jingshan pointed at Jiang Nan. Jiang Nan shook his head helplessly. He always felt that Jingshan was a bit of a bully. What are you afraid of? There are so many of us. I have the advantage. Although there are more people, Jingshan is still a bit timid. Being timid is sometimes a good thing. Jingshan was very happy when he first knew that he was going to be a hero. He thought he had turned over a new leaf. As a result, along the way, he watched his sister jump into the sword making furnace to forge a sword with her body. His good brother Lin Baiping fell to his death in front of him, and Mao exchanged his body for food. In the end, only a skeleton was left, and his body was stuffed with straw. When Mao fell down, Jingshan, the great hero, could only hold his skinny body and cry for help in pain, hoping that someone would come to save him. But no hero came to save him, because he was the great hero. After seeing everything, Jingshan no longer wanted to be a great hero, and it didn't matter if he was not a great hero. The Demon Lord looked up and down at Jiang Nan. Mortal? He gave such an answer. Can't see through, can't see through. Jiang Nan suddenly found it interesting, so he pulled Saitama over. Look at this. The Demon Lord also looked at Saitama. Also a mortal? Saitama's appearance and aura were too confusing, especially his usual appearance. No, you give me a very dangerous feeling. But the strong are very sensitive to danger, just like the rhinoceros beetle of the House of Evolution. He clearly felt the danger of Saitama, although he was still killed by Saitama with one punch. Saitama scratched his head. Just call you Demon Lord Zunlao. Demon Lord Zunlao saw that this guy was quite arrogant. There was no way. Before Saitama came, everyone said that Demon Lord Zunlao was very powerful. Saitama wanted to fight him very much. Don't worry, don't be angry. Jiang Nan made a round at this time. The Bald Devil vs. Demon Lord Zunlao. Such a fun thing, how can you miss it? Don't worry, I'm not bored enough to kill a weak mortal. Jiang Nan burst into laughter. We don't know who is strong and who is weak yet. This is Yuzhou City. If a fight really breaks out, it will affect the surrounding areas. Besides, Changlao, don't you want to find a strong man who can rival you? This Saitama is known as the Great Demon King. Ever since he became bald, no one has ever been his opponent. Chapter 189, Bald Blow. Saitama is invincible in his world. Most of the extremely powerful monsters can't last more than one round in his hands. Basically, he can be killed with one punch. Unless they are the kind of beings with extremely strong recovery ability, they will recover to their original state in an instant, after being beaten into pieces. Really? Demon Lord Changlao looked at Saitama seriously. Saitama was wearing a white shirt, yellow shorts, and a pair of slippers on his feet. He looked like an ordinary person. But the vague sense of danger made Demon Lord Changlao serious again. Aren't you invincible, and want to find an opponent? Coincidentally, this big Demon King has the same idea. He also wants to find an opponent invincible. Jiang Nan continued to stir up trouble. If Saitama accidentally slipped his hand and directly blew up the mortal world, it would be fun. Yes, this bald boss is also super strong. If you want to fight with me, you must defeat this bald boss first. Jingshan fanned the flames. Saitama touched his bald head. Please stop mentioning baldness all the time. He will grow hair. Saitama, I heard that you are very strong. You should be able to let me feel the fun of fighting. Saitama said what was in his heart, but in the eyes of the Demon Lord, this was a provocation. Okay, mortal, I will give you a chance to challenge me, but you must remember that there is a price to pay for fooling the Demon Lord. The Demon Lord was angry. He could not care about the mortal's opinion of him, but he could not care about the challenge of mortals to him. He was the Demon Lord, and was never afraid of any challenge. Jiang Nan smiled, but he couldn't fight here. Let's fight somewhere else. Yuzhou City is full of mortals. It would be a headache if we accidentally destroyed this place. Even if we don't destroy it, it would not be good if we hurt the lovely flowers and plants. After speaking, Jiang Nan clapped his hands. In an instant, the world turned upside down. Jiang Nan used the rules of space to directly transfer the world he was into the Well of Gods and Demons. The Well of Gods and Demons is the only passage connecting the two worlds of gods and demons. Both sides have set up many obstacles inside and sent heavy troops to defend it. It is strictly forbidden for creatures from the two worlds to pass through. Fei Peng and Chang Lao guard the entrances to the Well of Gods and Demons respectively. Seeing the scene around him, Demon Lord Chang Lao was shocked. In just a moment, the world turned upside down, and he came here. Here, he often fights with Fei Peng. This is their battlefield. You make me excited. Demon Lord couldn't see through Jiang Nan. That was the unknown. The unknown represents mystery, and mystery represents power. A powerful enemy makes Demon Lord Chang Lao very excited. Jiang Nan smiled and pointed his finger at Saitama. Defeat this great demon first. If you want to fight me, you have to prove yourself first. Saitama moved his wrist. He was looking forward to the strong man from another world. Demon Lord Chang Lao set his eyes on Saitama again. This space transfer made Demon Lord Chang Lao put away his contempt. Good, very good. Demon Lord Chang Lao's whole body was filled with demonic flames, and then a ball of light condensed in his hand and turned into a demon sword. Then Demon Lord Chang Lao casually threw the demon sword to Jiang Nan. I originally wanted to give this sword to Fei Peng, and I think it's not too late now. The rapidly rushing demon sword brought with it a strong wind. Jiang Nan stretched out two fingers and clamped the demon sword at the moment of its arrival. The strong wind stopped, and the sword body shook. Hey, brother Jingshan, look, this is your sister. Your sister is really a good sword. Jiang Nan flicked the sword body with his fingers, and then the demon sword turned a few circles in the air. Jiang Nan took the hilt and handed it to Jingshan. The 1,000-year-old sword Sol Lanqi, the sister of Lan Guiyang in Jingshan's previous life. Jingshan took the demon sword with a complicated look in his eyes. The abnormality of the Well of Gods and Demons attracted the two worlds of gods and demons. Jiang Nan waved his hand and pulled everyone away from the battlefield. Just watch the show. Only Demon Lord Chang Lao and the Great Demon King Saitama were left in the Well of Gods and Demons. Where's your weapon? Demon Lord Chang Lao said domineeringly. Saitama doesn't know how to use weapons or his body is a weapon. My fist is my weapon. Saitama raised his small fist. Body? Then I want to see how hard your body is. Demon Lord Chang Lao spread the wings on his back, and the double blades in his hands shot out instantly. The terrifying power of the demon god made the entire Well of Gods and Demons tremble. Interesting. Saitama's painting style suddenly changed, and the original casual painting style instantly became clear. Demon Lord Chang Lao's sharp blade slashed towards Saitama with monstrous demonic flames. The extremely fast attack made everyone see only a black shadow. However, Saitama could see the attack clearly this time, and Saitama bent down and dodged it at the moment the attack fell. Demon Lord Chang Lao's pupils shrank slightly. He didn't expect that his knife was dodged. But it doesn't matter. It was just the first test attack. Then the black wings behind Demon Lord Chang Lao flapped quickly, making his body fly back and forth in the air in an incredible way, and then he fell quickly like a falcon catching prey. The sharp double knives on Demon Lord Chang Lao's wrists were like the claws of a falcon. Saitama stretched out his fists, and the double knives and fists collided with each other, making a huge roar. The terrifying shockwave continued to spread in all directions, causing a magnitude 3 earthquake in the entire Well of Gods and Demons. The surrounding spiritual energy became restless. In the center of the shockwave, a black shadow flew backwards directly, with blood flowing from the corner of his mouth. So strong. He was Demon Lord Chang Lao. Saitama stood on the ground. He clenched his fist, and then smiled. This was the first time someone took his punch head on. Yes, it was a head-on punch. The body was not broken, and there was no death. Very good. Saitama was really excited. Demon Lord Chang Lao wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth. I admit it, you are very strong, worthy of my full effort. In the audience, Jiang Nan took out popcorn from somewhere. Come on, how can we watch such a good show without popcorn? Oh my god, boss, are you watching a movie? Mingfei took the popcorn and said with a smile, this is much more exciting than the movie. The location of the crowd was right above the Well of Gods and Demons. The golden protective shield was protecting everyone. and at the same time, it also allowed everyone to see the changes on the battlefield clearly. Demon Lord Changlao launched an attack again, and the double blades in his hands fell, and the terrifying black knife shadows turned into stars in the sky. Jigo Yuanai watched the battle seriously. The martial arts skills displayed by Demon Lord Changlao were very exquisite, and there were many things worth learning from him. Learning and practicing from time to time is a pleasure. Saitama rubbed his eyes, and he felt that his eyes were a little blurry. Then thousands of knife shadows fell, and the earth shattered. Saitama waved his fist without fear. Continuous ordinary punches. This is the most basic boxing style, the straight punch, which even an ordinary person can learn by just watching it. But because it is too common, no one can usually practice the straight punch to perfection. I'm not afraid of people who practice 10,000 kinds of boxing styles. I'm afraid of people who practice one boxing style 10,000 times. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 190, Pleasure. Saitama doesn't know those fancy boxing techniques, and he doesn't need those fancy boxing techniques to be strong. One force breaks all methods. The simplest straight punch can also be transformed in Saitama's hands. An ordinary punch, a serious punch, and continuous ordinary punches. Thousands of fist shadows faced thousands of knife shadows. The violent roar was as dense as a rainstorm. The blade of the Demon Lord Zunlao couldn't tear Saitama's body. This steel-like body shocked the Demon Lord Zunlao. The strength of this body is no worse than that of the demon god. The countless knife shadows that vibrated out tore the surrounding terrain apart, and countless mountains were cut in half. The power of the Demon Lord is particularly terrifying. Saitama is also not weak. Even if a knife shadow fell on him, it only tore his clothes. When the thousands of knife shadows and fist shadows dissipated, the earth was no longer in shape, and the terrifying recoil broke the ground under Saitama's feet into pieces. What a powerful fist. Your body can be polished to this extent. The Sky Demon Lord said seriously, his tone full of praise. Saitama looked at his body with only a pair of pants left. My clothes are torn again. However, he was concerned about his clothes. Then the battle continues. The Sky Demon Lord launched an attack again. The blood red magic energy in his hands condensed, and then it was instantly ejected like a rocket. The terrifying red magic energy bomb rushed directly towards Saitama. Saitama stretched out his palm. The red energy bomb exploded the moment it touched Saitama's palm. The terrifying magic energy continued to echo around. The entire ground was blown into a super big pit, and the surrounding was filled with smoke. According to the law of smoke without injury, Saitama was not injured as expected. A figure jumped out of the smoke and rushed straight to the sky. Demon Lord. Saitama can't fly, but he can jump high. He can jump directly from the moon to the earth. Demon Lord Changlao crossed his hands, and the terrifying demonic energy also formed a blood red shield on his chest. He wanted to block Saitama. However, the extremely thick shield was torn into pieces by Saitama's fist like paper. When Saitama's fist was about to fall, Demon Lord Changlao opened the space crack and disappeared into it. This is his space ability. This ability allows him to create new spaces at will, or travel through the 6 realms at will. After Saitama's fist missed, he began to fall to the ground. Not far away from him, Demon Lord Changlao flew out of the space crack, then raised his hands, and turned into a black shadow, and rushed towards Saitama. Saitama turned his head at the moment when Demon Lord Changlao's attack fell, and directly hit Demon Lord Changlao's arms with a hammer. The terrifying force directly knocked Demon Lord Changlao out. This power is enough to instantly turn a dragon level monster into fragments, but Demon Lord Changlao is an immortal demon god. This extremely powerful physical attack can only injure him, but not kill him. Then Saitama landed safely on the ground. You are really amazing. Saitama touched his forehead. He felt a little pain just now, but it was just a little. Very good, very good, hahaha, it feels so good. Demon Lord Changlao was very happy and laughed happily. Except for the battle with Fei Peng 1,000 years ago, he had never been so happy. A powerful enemy is what he is looking for. How lonely it is to be invincible. Tell me your name. Saitama. Saitama said loudly. Demon Lord Changlao nodded. Very good. I remember this name. My name is Changlao. Demon Lord Changlao. It is obvious that Demon Lord Changlao is going to use a big move. The demonic energy around the well of gods and demons is condensing rapidly. Demon Lord Changlao turned into a black meteor and fell from the sky. A comet hits the earth. Saitama took a deep breath, and the painting style became very serious again. I can feel your intention, so I will also use my trump card. The serious series of ultimate moves, a serious punch. The center of the meteor, Demon Lord Changlao, felt the extreme danger. This is right. This is right. This kind of battle is the most interesting. He was roaring. He was crazy, but he was not afraid. The black meteor and the fist collided together. At this moment, it was as if a beam of light was shining. The black and red energy turned into thunder and roared, destroying everything around. The gods and demons have been watching this battle since I don't know when. The strongest man in the demon world, Changlao, and the unknown Bull Demon King. This battle is no worse than the one between Demon Lord Changlao and General Fipeng. No, it should be stronger. The terrifying destructive power is endless. Demon Lord Changlao has drained all his strength. To respect the opponent, you must use all your strength, even surpass yourself. Go beyond the limit in the battle, surpass yourself, and release a stronger self. This is Demon Lord Changlao. The meteor exploded, and the terrifying fist wind rushed to the sky with endless demonic energy. The terrifying power annihilated everything. From the perspective of the god realm, the clouds in the sky of the mortal world were suddenly split in half by a force. It was as if they were parted in the middle. This force was so terrifying that it was difficult to describe in words. Fortunately, such a force rushed into the air. If it rushed to the ground, the consequences would be disastrous. The battle was over. The place of the battle, the well of gods and demons, had become dilapidated. Everything around was destroyed by the shockwave of the two people's battle. Fortunately, this is not in Yuzhou City, otherwise the city would be wiped out. Ordinary people inside would naturally not have a good end. Smoke filled the air. Saitama was left with only a pair of shorts, and the tough pants retained Saitama's last dignity. Demon Lord Changlao lay on the ground. One of his black wings had been broken. The remaining one was also twisted in an irregular way. He is an immortal demon god, but he can be injured. The powerful force caused his internal organs to shift, and his heart to rupture. At this time, he could no longer get up. Although it only takes a while to recover, losing is losing. It's not just losing a move, but being beaten to the point where you can't even stand up. Did I lose? The broken body of Demon Lord Changlao was lying on the ground. He looked at the sky and said softly. Saitama came over at this time. You are really powerful, stronger than all the monsters I have met. Saitama raised his fist. That was his own blood. No one could make Saitama bleed in a fight. Except in dreams, and this time he felt the blood flowing out of his body, and felt the pain. As long as he gets hurt, he will be defeated. Saitama thinks so. However, Demon Lord Changlao laughed when he saw this scene. How happy. His full strength attack only scratched a little skin. You are really too strong. I didn't expect humans to be so strong. After saying that, Demon Lord Changlao sat up. Saitama said with some doubts. You can actually sit up. Don't underestimate me. I'm the Lord of Demons. The Lord of Demons was made of Kaiyu's blood and evil spirit, and he couldn't be killed in this world. In other words, this world rejected the death of the Lord of Demons. Another son of another world. Chapter 191, The Great Devil. Demon Lord Changlao has a new goal. He was too invincible before, so he lost the motivation to move forward. But now that he has been defeated, he has the motivation to move forward again. Get stronger, keep getting stronger, and keep practicing. Jiangnan and everyone fell from the sky. It looks like it's over. Jingshan swallowed his saliva as he looked at the god and demon well that was raised to the ground. It would be a miserable death to fight such a monster. In a moment, Demon Lord Changlao stood up. His injuries were almost healed. This is the god and demon well, which is also his territory. The surrounding demonic energy is the source of his power. Saitama, you are very strong. Demon Lord Changlao put aside his pride. He would respect and challenge powerful opponents. You are also very strong. Demon Lord Changlao smiled and shook his head. I will come back again. Wait for me to become stronger. After that, Demon Lord Changlao went into the space crack and left. Jiang Nan relaxed his shoulders. It seems that you have beaten Demon Lord Changlao to autism. You are really a big devil. Saitama said very seriously. But he is really strong. Okay, let's go back and play. I don't want to be stared at by those guys in the sky every day. It's so boring. Jiang Nan clapped his hands. In an instant, everyone returned to Yazhou City. It was still crowded here, and the people lived and worked in peace and contentment. Jingshan looked at this ordinary life, as if the devastating battle just now was a dream. If you want, you can become like this. Jiang Nan patted Jingshan's shoulder seriously. Jingshan knew what Jiang Nan meant, that is, to make him become General Fei Peng. But he is Jingshan, he wants to be himself. Boss, I just want to be a small shopkeeper in Jianghan Pawn Shop. Everyone returned to Jianghan Pawn Shop again, but found that there were guests here. Zhu Changqing. Jingshan was nicknamed Bei Daofu because he wore white all day long like a tofu. He is the eldest disciple of Shushan School, handsome and elegant, extraordinary, and takes the people of the world as his responsibility. At the same time, he is also the lover of Zixun, the descendant of Nua, who has been in love for 3 lifetimes. He was accepted as a disciple by the head of Shushan since he was young. He has a high talent for martial arts and was once praised as a successor of Shushan. It's Bei Daofu. Jingshan greeted enthusiastically. Brother Jingshan, and Zhu Changqing greets you all. Zhu Changqing bowed and saluted. Look, you're here again. Jingshan pretended to be angry and said to Zhu Changqing. He seemed to dislike Zhu Changqing's old-fashionedness. Lu Mingfei waved his hand. Long time no see. Lu Mingfei and Jigo Yuan I knew Zhu Changqing. Zhu Changqing participated in the treatment of the poisoner. But the two of them pushed forward all the way, and Zhu Changqing could only follow behind. When Zhu Changqing finally came to the Thunderbolt Hall, Jigo Yuan I had already killed the murderer behind the scenes. Luo Ruli. Long time no see. Jiang Nan recalled the plot. This should be the time when the Tangshan Road was opened. That is, the main line began. Jingshan began to become a great hero. He had to take the box that imprisoned the evil sword immortal to the god realm and then throw it into the Xianqi to purify it. Zhu Changqing and Zixuan's 3-life love story also began. Brother Jingshan, I have a mission from the headmaster to go down the mountain this time. Jingshan tilted his head, then thought of something, and jumped up immediately, then hid behind Jiang Nan. I will not go to Shushan with you. Absolutely not. Brother Jingshan, how did you know that I was going to take you to Shushan? Zhu Changqing was a little surprised. The order he received from the headmaster was to take Jingshan to Shushan. No, I won't go even if I die. Jingshan, who had seen the future, would never allow such a tragic future to happen again. It was too tragic, especially in the end he used his life to exchange the lives of all the people in the world. In the future, he would be a great hero who could do it. But now he is just a small boy in Yangon. Brother Jingshan, the headmaster just wants to invite you to visit. Zhu Changqing said persuadingly. No matter what you say, I won't go. He shook his head madly all day. Now that the demon lord Changlao has been defeated, as for the unformed evil thoughts of the evil sword immortal, they are nothing, and he has a super backer, Jiang Nan, here. He also saw the battle just now. The evil sword immortal is nothing in front of such a force. If he had gone there, he might have been fooled into being a great hero. Brother Jingshan, please think about it again. Zhu Changqing wanted to persuade him, but Jiang Nan smelled the breath of trouble. This is a man who is not afraid of anything. What do you think? If those old guys also watch The Legend of Sword and Fairy 3rd, what will happen? Or I will play The Legend of Sword and Fairy 3 in front of all the creatures in the world. How about it? Will it be fun? Very interesting. Zhu Changqing didn't know what Jiang Nan was going to say, but others knew. Isn't this too big of a joke? Lu Mingfei was a little worried. Jiang Nan thought this was a good idea. Anyway, the future has changed now. The original future is just the original future. It must be very interesting at that time. Jingshan said with some embarrassment. Wouldn't that be bad? What does it say? There are a lot of my dark histories. Jiangnan didn't care. Such a good idea would be too boring if it wasn't implemented. 3 lives and 3 worlds of love. Shubi and Zifeng. Fipeng and Changlao. Philosopher Zi Jiangsan. Fipeng and Ziao. The story of the legend of Sword and Fairy is so wonderful. Small love, big love, the people of the world, fighting, saving, responsibility. How come only a few people know such an interesting story? As for what will happen after the world knows it, I don't know. But it's interesting, because I don't know. Zhu Changqing still doesn't understand. What is the legend of Sword and Fairy? Third. It doesn't matter if you don't understand. By the way, Zhu Changqing, do you want a wife? Jiangnan laughed so happily. Zhu Changqing was slightly stunned and then said seriously, brother, please don't joke. I'm a cultivator and cannot marry. Jiangnan was not angry when he heard this, but laughed even happier. The harder his mouth is now, the more interesting it will be when the time comes. Brother Changqing, don't you want to invite Jingshan to Shushan? I agree, but you have to take us with you. I will prepare a big gift for you when the time comes. Jiangnan seemed to have thought of something bad and smiled evilly. Hey, are you really going, group leader? Jingshan said in surprise. What are you afraid of? With this group leader here, even if the sky falls, I can hold it up. Jiangnan was very confident. Before he traveled through time, he had read a type of novel. The cheat code of this novel was a live broadcast system. Live broadcast the future of a world, or edit a section of the future of a world for broadcast. For example, broadcasting the top war in the world of One Piece. Whitebird, who knew the future in advance, would definitely do something interesting. Chapter 192, Brother and Sister. Jingshan saw Jiangnan's enthusiastic look, so he agreed to Zhu Changqing's request to take him to Shushan. But even if he went to Shushan, he was not in a hurry. Now Jingshan's sister Long Kui is still in the magic sword. Because she is a ghost, she cannot see the sun and needs a blood transfusion. But with Jiangnan here, it doesn't need to be so troublesome. Jiangnan can directly give her a life protection. Zhu Changqing had a smile on his face. Brother Jing, when are we going to leave? Why are you in a hurry? Bei Daofu, you didn't say you won't go. Jingshan held the magic sword in his hand, and he had to wake up his sister who was sleeping in the magic sword. Jingshan's feelings for his sister were actually a bit complicated. Long Kui's brother is Long Yang, and he is just Long Yang's reincarnation. Jingshan. Fate and reincarnation. Zhu Changqing's 3 lives and 3 lives. He is also 3 lives and 3 lives. Then brother Jing, I will stay here for the time being. I don't know if you are free here. If not, I can go to the Lord of Tang Castle. Jingshan waved his hand impatiently. Stay here, stay here. There are a lot of people here anyway. So everyone settled down in Jiangnan pawn shop. At night, Jiangnan lay in front of the window and looked at the night sky. The night sky in ancient times was still very bright, not as dark and smoky as it is now. The bright stars twinkled. It was a wonderful night view that should be kept forever. Jiangnan took out his mobile phone and took a photo of himself and the starry sky outside. Check in. The flash came on and a photo appeared in the phone. Looking at his handsome face in the phone, Jiangnan smiled. His lifespan was really too long, and he should have a different feeling when looking at this photo again after thousands of years. At this time, there was a knock on the door outside. It's me, Jingshan, the group leader. I'm here. Jingshan's voice was a little excited, and those who didn't know would think he had broken into the widow village. Jiangnan shook his head helplessly, then opened the door. Jingshan was holding the magic sword and looking around, and he was holding a wide-sleeved fairy skirt in his hand. Long Kui is afraid of sunlight, so it is better to show up at night. The wide-sleeved fairy skirt was a gift from Long Yang to Long Kui 1,000 years ago. Now Jingshan, as a brother, also gave the wide-sleeved fairy skirt to his sister Long Kui as a gift. It seems that you have prepared everything for your sister. Of course, she is my sister. People in this era still attach great importance to family affection. Okay, give me the magic sword. I will help you wake her up. Jingshan handed the magic sword to Jiangnan. The moment he took out the magic sword, Jiangnan felt a force rejecting him. Although I'm not your brother, you should be honest. Jiang Nan flicked the blade of the magic sword with his fingers. If he wanted, he could break the magic sword at any time. The sword body trembled slightly, emitting a purple light. The magic sword is waking up. As the purple light became brighter and brighter, the trembling sword wanted to fly out of Jiang Nan's palm. Jiang Nan slowly let go of his hand, and then the magic sword flew up by itself, standing upright in the air, and began to rotate. Seeing this scene, Jiang Nan nodded with satisfaction and said, "Your lovely, sensible, and obedient sister is about to wake up." Jingshan looked expectantly at the magic sword that kept spinning in the air. The purple light gradually condensed, and the thousand-year sword soul emerged. Long Kui closed her eyes and exuded purple light all over her body. The clothes on her body were a little tattered, and the exposed skin was white and tender. This is a beautiful girl, with a peerless face and a gentle smile. But her other personality Han Kui is a little irritable. The light dissipated. Long Kui opened her eyes, and her bright eyes looked around curiously. When she saw Jingshan, her eyes revealed her love for her brother. This was a family love without any impurities. "Brother Wang, I miss you so much." The 1,000-year wait was too long, and only missing was the reason for the girl to persist. Long Kui hugged Jingshan directly regardless of her tattered clothes. Years of waiting finally paid off. Jingshan didn't react a little, but he also hugged Long Kui. "It's okay, I'm here." Long Kui was the princess of the ancient Jiang kingdom, and the sister of Long Yang in Jingshan's previous life. She jumped into the sword-making furnace because her country was destroyed and her family was ruined, and became a ghost living in the magic sword. In the demon suppression tower, in order to avoid being bullied, Red Kui was born. Blue Long Kui is gentle and virtuous, while Red Long Kui is hot and flamboyant. After the magic sword lost its sword soul, the light all over its body dissipated. Jiang Nan grabbed the hilt of the magic sword before it fell. Although it is a weapon, it is a 1,000-year-old antique anyway. What if it breaks if it falls? "Brother Wang, you said you would never leave Long Kui again." Long Kui said softly, as if a child was acting coquettishly in her mother's arms. There was a hint of cuteness in her sweet voice. Jiang Nan said, "That I also want such a cute sister." Okay. Long Kui, change your clothes first." Jingshan wanted to pat Long Kui's back, but found that Long Kui's back was exposed. He couldn't pat it. He was not Long Yang. In his memory, this was his first real encounter with Long Kui. Watching TV dramas is more like looking at everything from a god's perspective. Long Kui slowly let go of Jingshan, and then saw the wide-sleeved fairy skirt in Jingshan's hand. This was her dress 1,000 years ago, a gift from Long Yang. Now it was given to her again by her brother Jingshan. "Thank you, Brother Wang, that's great." "Brother Wang, I knew that Brother Wang still remembered me." The girl was very happy holding the wide-sleeved fairy skirt. She thought that Brother Wang had long forgotten her after 1,000 years, but she didn't expect that he still remembered her. The 1,000 years of waiting are all worth it. The girl changed clothes and the two grown men should not stay here. Jiang Nan and Jingshan left the room and stood outside the door. Jiang Nan said a little bored, "What are you going to do next? You probably can't stand this child's personality. As long as someone gets angry with you, the child will get angry." Jingshan rubbed his head. He certainly knew that Long Kui was particularly dependent on him at this time. In order to monopolize his love for 1,000 years, Long Kui would turn into Han Kui and get angry once someone got closer to him. Tang Zujian suffered a lot in this regard. Jingshan couldn't just abandon his sister for this reason. He knew that without Hanki, Lanki would have no way to protect herself in the demon locking tower. Jingshan still needed to slowly change his sister's mind. This was what he should do as a brother. Lanki is a good child. As long as you explain it clearly, she will be fine. Jingshan is very confident in his sister. "Brother Jingshan, didn't you see that? You are still a sister con." Jingshan scratched his head and smiled. With such a lovely, gentle, and virtuous sister, how could he not become a sister con? Chapter 193, 1,000-year-old sister. When the door opened again, Long Kui had changed into a wide-sleeved fairy dress. The young and beautiful girl was still so cute and lively. It would be better if we could ignore her age of more than 1,000 years. Jiang Nan, Hey, Jingshan, your sister is so beautiful. Jingshan raised his head confidently, very proud. Of course, she is my sister. Long Kui turned around in the wide-sleeve fairy dress. Her slender figure was like a model. The wide-sleeve fairy dress was too suitable for her. Brother Wang, I'm dressed. It's exactly the same as the one that Brother Wang gave Long Kui in the past. Jiangnan looked Long Kui up and down and could only say that she was worthy of being a princess. Hello. Jiangnan smiled and greeted her. Long Kui had just resurrected and met her brother again, so she subconsciously ignored others. Jiangnan didn't want to be ignored. Long Kui's pupils shrank. For some reason, he could feel the terrifying aura on Jiangnan. Hello. Long Kui hid behind Jingshan. What a clingy sister. Okay, I won't keep you here. I guess we have to go to Shushan tomorrow. By the way, I'll give you a little protection. Jiangnan pointed his finger, and a stream of light entered Long Kui's body. Long Kui only felt warm inside. That's it, you can go. Jiangnan saw him off without hesitation. Hey, group leader, I'll leave first. Jingshan took his sister away. The night passed quickly, and it was the next morning. Jiangnan just woke up and heard someone making noise downstairs. Xiao Wenchang's voice was very urgent. Jiangnan put on his clothes and opened the door to see Jingshan arguing with Xiao Wenchang. Long Kui sat on the chair next to her with her head down, feeling very embarrassed. Jingshan, you bastard, do you know? This wide-sleeve fairy skirt is the treasure of our Jangan pawn shop, and you actually gave it away. Jingshan said without giving in. You Xiao Beipai, you vampire, clothes are meant to be worn, and besides, these clothes originally belonged to my sister. Xiao Wenchang, you're talking nonsense. Jingshan continued to retort. What I said was the truth. Long Kui didn't dare to speak. Xiao Wenchang wanted to force the wide-sleeve fairy skirt back right now, but now it was worn on a girl. A grown man would be beaten to death if he tried to snatch a girl's clothes, especially in ancient times. Xiao Wenchang saw that Jingshan was not moved, so he turned to Long Kui and said, Miss, can you take off your clothes quickly? Can I change you into something else? This is a 1,000-year-old antique. It's very expensive. Long Kui shook her head immediately when she heard that she had to take off the wide-sleeve fairy skirt. No, my brother gave it to me. Jingshan, look at what you have done. Do you want to piss me off to death? Jingshan straightened his chest and said, not to be outdone. Anyway, this skirt is just gathering dust in the warehouse, so I might as well let my sister wear it. Look how beautiful my sister is, how well it fits her, and how good it looks. You want to piss me off to death. Jiangnan came out at this time. Oh, you're so active so early in the morning. The hero can't afford to offend. Xiao Wenchang immediately changed his face. Hero, did you rest well at night? Jiangnan nodded. Very comfortable. By the way, how much is this wide-sleeve fairy skirt? Xiao Wenchang seemed to have noticed something and immediately picked up the abacus and began to calculate quickly. Mortals have mortal lives. Xiao Wenchang has an old mother and children. He is just a businessman who loves to get a bargain. The wide-sleeve fairy skirt is a 1,000-year-old antique, and it is worth at least millions now. Which idiot can give millions to others? Hero, about 500 taels of silver. Jiangnan nodded. Wait a minute. Jiangnan walked out of the door. Jingshan was a little curious, but with Xiao Wenchang there, he was embarrassed to follow him. Jiangnan picked up a broken stone brick on the ground and weighed it twice. It was about right. Change. Jiangnan said this word softly. Instantly, the surface of the stone brick began to fall off, and the inside of the stone brick was actually golden, turning stone into gold. This is an alchemy that transforms matter. It is the simplest of the countless spells that Jiangnan knows. However, to change the substance of an object itself, you need to have a deep understanding of Tao. In less than a moment, the stone brick turned into a gold brick. Not bad, not bad. Jiangnan looked at the half gold brick in his hand and was very satisfied. This is real gold. With the gold brick, Jiangnan returned to Jangan pawn shop. How about this one? The extra one will be used to redeem Jingshan. I heard that he owes you a lot of wages. Xiao Wenchang's eyes lit up when he looked at the gold brick in Jiang Nan's hand. Okay. Jiang Nan threw the gold brick on the table casually. Everyone around swallowed their saliva. This is too arrogant. Jingshan's eyes were also straight. He originally thought that Zhu Changqing came to pay, but he didn't expect it to be Jiang Nan. Xiao Wenchang carefully picked up the gold brick and took a bite in his mouth. Pure gold, soft. Oh, this hero, why didn't you say so earlier? Isn't it just a wide-sleeved fairy dress? This young lady looks great in it. Give it to her. Give it to her. And Jingshan, I don't owe you any more money. You Xiao Beipai, you vampire. This gold brick is obviously too much. Hurry up and give me the change. Jingshan was very upset with Xiao Wenchang. Xiao Wenchang respected the heroes very much, but he was very upset with Jingshan, a gangster he had seen since he was a child. It's your honor to know these heroes, otherwise you will be like your father sooner or later, who has no tears when he is in power, teaches everyone, takes in a lot of people, and is just a prodigal son. You are not allowed to talk about my father. Jingshan's eyes turned red in an instant. What are you doing? What are you doing? You still want to fight? Xiao Wenchang was also anxious. Long Kui, who was standing aside, saw that her brother was anxious, and she was also anxious, and her clothes were flashing red. Well, I'm going to get angry. Okay, stop talking. Jiang Nan said. It's really annoying to disturb someone's sleep early in the morning. Jingshan seemed to see a hint of red in his peripheral vision, so he immediately turned his head to look at his sister. But the moment he turned his head, the red light disappeared. The innocent and lovely sister was sitting there. What's wrong, brother? Jingshan sighed. Lanqi didn't have the memory of Hanqi. Hanqi bore all the loneliness and negative emotions, so Lanqi was still the same as 1,000 years ago, innocent, kind, and gentle. Jingshan, forget it, I won't argue with you anymore. Well, you know what's good for you. Xiao Wenchang left happily with the abacus. Group leader, you don't have to be like this. Jiang Nan relaxed his shoulders. Anyway, there are a lot of those things outside. After ascending to become an immortal, you can have as much money as you want. Jiang Nan's concept of money is similar to that of a certain Alibaba CEO. It's just a number. I'm not interested in money. After that, other people got up one after another. Breakfast began. After breakfast, Zhu Changqing came back. He looked a little short of breath, probably because he had just caught a monster. Brother Jingshan, I'm back. You came back at a really bad time. Jingshan snorted, a little angry. Chapter 194, Journey to Shushan. Zhu Changqing didn't understand. Brother Jingshan, what do you mean? Nothing. By the way, aren't you going to take me to Mount Shu? Let's go. I can't stay in Zhonggan for even a minute. Zhu Changqing really didn't know what happened, and Jingshan's attitude changed too quickly. Okay then. Brother Jingshan, let's go. At this time, other people also came over. Jiang Nan, Saitama, Jigo Yuan, Lu Mingfei, Mao and Biping would not go. After all, Mount Shu was an important place for Taoism. We agreed to take Bei Daofu with us. Jingshan said. Hey, Brother Changqing said he would take us to play. Jiang Nan hugged Zhu Changqing enthusiastically. Zhu Changqing seemed a little uncomfortable. Brother Jiang Nan, let me go first. Jiang Nan let go of Zhu Changqing, but he still had a smile on his face. Zhu Changqing, since you are Brother Jingshan's friend, let's go together. What are you going to do? Look at me moving the world. Jiang Nan clapped his hands, and the world turned upside down in an instant. When everyone saw the surrounding situation again, they had arrived at the Shushan Hall. No matter how many times Lu Mingfei watched it, he felt it was amazing. When would he be able to reach this level? With a wave of his hand, the world turned upside down, and he could go wherever he wanted. As expected of the group leader. So awesome. Lu Mingfei admitted that he was envious. Jigo Yuan thought seriously, and it seemed that his understanding of Taoism had deepened. As expected of the son of the world, the son of God, he understood the space transfer after just 2 glances. Zhu Changqing was very surprised, because this was the first time he encountered such a situation. In just a moment, he crossed 1,000 miles, and returned to Shushan from Yazhou City. Even the legendary immortal technique of shrinking the earth into an inch could not do it. Because this was to bring everyone to Shushan together. Taoist King Wei in the hall was meditating, and when he felt Zhu Changqing's breath, he opened his eyes. My friends, welcome to Shushan, Taoist King Wei. Although a little surprised, Taoist King Wei's key cultivation skills were very good. It's you. You often appear in my dreams. Jingshan thought of Taoist King Wei. Taoist King Wei said with a smile. My child. We finally meet. The kind-looking old man gave people the feeling of an old naughty boy. Master. Zhu Changqing saluted quickly after he reacted. Taoist King Wei waved his hand. Changqing, you did a good job. Although the situation was a bit unexpected, Zhu Changqing did invite Jingshan to Mount Shu. It was urgent to open the road to heaven, and the 5 spirits beads were needed to stabilize the demon locking tower. It's you. It's you. It's really you. Old man, I don't want to be a hero. I tell you, I don't want to be a hero. Jingshan jumped up excitedly. It was Taoist King Wei who tricked him into becoming a hero. As a result, this hero's road is really difficult to walk. Although he knew that the world really needed a tall person to support it, he was just a young man from the market, a small gangster, and he couldn't support it. It seems that you know a lot, kid. Are they these people? Jiangnan smiled and waved his hand. Jingshan immediately hid behind Jiangnan. When in doubt, take a step back and hide behind everyone first. Mingfei looked around curiously. Taoist Shushan. Most of the vicious monsters in the world are imprisoned in the demon locking tower by Shushan. This has led to peace in the world. It can be said that the world is the world of the human race, and Shushan has made an indelible contribution. Hey, old man, you are still interesting. Jiangnan came to Taoist King Wei in an instant. Zhu Changqing was shocked. Taoist King Wei waved his hand and said, no problem, I will chat with this young friend. The atmosphere in the hall was a little tense. Jiangnan looked up and down at Taoist King Wei, a kind old grandfather, the head of Shushan with great love, and a qualified master. This is what a master should be like. Masters in other fairy worlds often stab their apprentices in the back, which is not much different from demons. Taoist King Wei stroked his beard. From the tone of the young friend, it seems that he is not from this world. Jiangnan admitted without hesitation. That's right, we are here to have fun. Taoist King Wei shook his head. There is a catastrophe brewing in this world. It's not fun. Isn't it just the evil sword immortal? Let's go back to Xianqi and take him to take a hot spring bath together. I like hot springs the most. If it is a mixed bath, I will like it even more. Young friend's idea is so interesting. It is really a dragon and phoenix among men. Taoist King Wei said with a smile. Old man, you are so nice to talk. I really don't know why the apprentice you taught is so old-fashioned. Zhu Changqing was stunned and at a loss. Staying on Shushan for many years has made this Shushan disciple develop a character that is very disciplined. It can also be said that he is very old-fashioned and inflexible. At this time, the other 4 Shushan elders came in. The 4 Shushan elders and Taoist King Wei can be regarded as 5 elders. They each have their own Taoist names. King Wei, Yaoxun, Kanggu, Jingming, and Heiyang. Unfortunately, they all died because of the death of the evil sword immortal. Who are these? Taoist Master Yaoxun asked the strangers in the hall. These are Jingshan's friends and guests of Shushan. Taoist Master King Wei said. The other elders looked at each other and nodded. Jiangnan looked at the 4 elders who came in with curiosity. These 4 elders plus Taoist Master King Wei are Zhu Changqing's masters. These 5 masters have been very kind to Zhu Changqing, and it was because of this kindness that Zhu Changqing made the most strong choice by the Xianqi Lake and released the evil sword immortal. Birth, aging, illness and death are normal, but Zhu Changqing at that time was not enough to understand this truth. In the end, Zhu Changqing wanted to atone for his sins and took on the sins of all the sinners in the prison. If it weren't for the demon lord Changlao, he might have been burned to death with his lover Zixun. Oh my. 5 Taoist masters with immortal style and bones. Jiangnan left Taoist Master King Wei and returned to the crowd again. Ji Guowen's Yuanying level spiritual power can feel the powerful aura of these 5 Taoist masters. It can be confirmed that they are all strong. My dear friends, welcome to Shushan. Elder Heiyang said with a smile. Shushan is a big sect, and it is natural to entertain guests well. Jingshan was a little worried that he would be fooled into a great hero here. Taoist King Wei smiled and raised 2 fingers to Jingshan. Very naughty. Jingshan was even more scared when he saw this scene, although he really didn't want the evil sword immortal to harm the world. But he couldn't stand it. Group leader, save me. Jingshan chose to ask for help from others without any dignity. Isn't it just the evil sword immortal? It's not a big deal. Let's play for 2 days first. This is Shushan. Dealing with the evil sword immortal is just a small matter, and now the fun is traveling. Shushan is a famous place in the legend of Sword and Fairy. How can you not take a look? Chapter 195, The Future. If this world travel is regarded as a journey, then Shushan is the key scenic spot of this trip. Jigo Yuanai is actually very curious about this place. The island country calls a sword, and the sword technique is also called swordsmanship. The sword of Shushan is a double-edged sword commonly used in ancient China. The 2 different swords broaden Jigo Yuanai's horizons. Learning and practicing from time to time is a pleasure. Jigo Yuanai is always more humble to learn from others' strengths. After chatting for a while, everyone followed several Taoist priests to visit Shushan. Countless disciples were practicing swords in the huge martial arts training field. Jigo Yuanai looked at this huge sword practice scene and felt very good. Martial artists strengthen their bodies, defend their homes and countries, and help the weak. Shushan disciples strictly regulate themselves and never allow the strong to bully the weak. The heavens are surging, and my way is prosperous. The Shushan disciples in the world of the legend of Sword and Fairy implement the word justice. Even if the evil sword fairy is rampant in the world, they still did not succumb, and still fight against evil. Even if you sacrifice yourself, you must protect the final justice. This is the real righteousness. It is completely different from those guys who do dirty things under the banner of righteousness. Jigo Yuanai stayed in the martial arts training ground of Shushan disciples. He wanted to exchange martial arts experience with these disciples. Mingfei also stayed to learn Jigo Yuanai's breathing swordsmanship at the Yuanying level. The sun breathing method was created by Jigo Yuanai. After Jigo Yuanai reached the Yuanying stage, he perfected his breathing swordsmanship and integrated his own Tao into it. This is a Yuanying level skill with its own Tao, and it can be continuously deduced upward. You can even evolve your own breathing method through the initial breathing method. Mingfei really wants to learn it, and he was originally Jigo Yuanai's apprentice. Saitama didn't have that feeling. He felt that those fancy swordsmanship was meaningless. It's still more interesting to have a strong enemy. Walking on the road, Taoist King Wei looked at Jingshan and said meaningfully, "Child, it seems that you already know your destiny." Jingshan looked a little strange. "Old man, I know you are a good person, but this matter. You have to talk to your disciple, otherwise your good disciple will stab me in the back in the future. I finally defeated the demon lord, and when I looked back, I saw that your good disciple stabbed me directly." Taoist King Wei sighed. That child has too little experience to understand. People. There will always be birth, aging, sickness and death. We old guys can't help him all our lives. You should talk to him carefully. At this time, Zhu Changqing was not here, but was with his fellow apprentices. So some secrets can be told at this time. For example, if the evil sword immortal died, the 5 of them would also be dead. After walking around, everyone had a meal in Shushan. The food was okay. Taoists are not monks, and practicing martial arts and cultivating Taoism is very nutritious. Jiangnan looked at the big square of Shushan. How about playing the Legend of Sword and Fairy here? Saitama said it was good and wanted to watch it. He hadn't seen it yet. After all, this is Jingshan's world. Jiangnan said that he still gave his younger brother face. Don't play the Legend of Sword and Fairy in front of everyone in the world. Just play it among friends you know. There are too many stories and secrets in this world that cannot be told verbally. It's too slow to tell them verbally. 3 lives in 3 worlds of love. Fei Peng, Long Yang, Jingshan, Long Kui. Mao cut his flesh. He Beeping fell to death. The relationship between the evil sword fairy and the 5 elders. Jingshan exchanged his own life for the lives of the whole world. These can't be explained in a few words. Just watch it directly. After reading the whole story, you will understand what you should and shouldn't understand. The demon lord Changlao descended on Shushan. The terrifying aura seemed stronger than before. I'm here. The black meteor slid down, and then the demon lord Changlao landed in the center of the square of Shushan. The disciples of Shushan were on high alert, fearing that this demon lord would do something out of the ordinary. Saitama waved happily after seeing the demon lord Changlao. Changlao, here, it's you, my opponent. Changlao walked over with a happy smile on his face. The disciples around him were completely ignored by him. The arrogant demon lord never cared about the eyes of the weak. This person was naturally invited by Xiao Yan. After all, if you want to watch a good show, the more people watching the show, the better. Taoist King Wei smiled at Demon Lord Changlao. Demon Lord Changlao, it's really you. Humph, if they didn't invite me, do you think I would come? Demon Lord Changlao did not hide his disdainful tone when he spoke. You are still like this, Changlao. Taoist King Wei shook his head helplessly. Old man, I said it. Demon Lord Changlao will definitely come. Jingshan said with a smile. Fei Peng, although I have a new opponent now, I will still not forget our 1000-year agreement. Hearing this, Jingshan instantly became timid. He really couldn't fight. Next time. Jingshan said with a smile. It is impossible to fight. At most we can drink together. And Jiangnan invited more than just Demon Lord Changlao. Taoist Shushan. The endless stairs extend all the way to the bottom of the mountain. Mingfei was very bored squatting at the door because he was here to receive guests. Everyone can fly. Why do you have to walk? You have to learn to ride a horse like the dowdy. It's unbearable. In the endless staircases, two figures slowly emerged. They were two women. These two women were the guests invited by Jiangnan. Zixun, the descendant of Nuwa. Saint Aunt, the right-hand man of Nuwa's descendants. Zixun and Zhu Changqing have been entangled for 3 lives. Originally, they didn't plan to be entangled again in this life. But fate is always unpredictable. Zixun looked at the letter in her hand, and the most important point marked on the letter was Kinga. Zixun's child Kinga was frozen by the water spirit pearl. Once the water spirit pearl was taken away, Kinga would die. The letter said that the world would undergo great changes in the future, and the water spirit pearl would be taken away. If you don't want Kinga to die, come to Shushan. So Zixun brought Saint on to Shushan. Mingfei nodded when he saw the woman coming over. Excuse me, are you Zixun, the descendant of Nuwa, and the Mio Saint? Zixun stepped forward and said respectfully. Yes, I am. The descendant of Nuwa was very beautiful, and she was very seductive in the purple Nan's Heo costume. The exotic style was worth appreciating. The saint had white hair, but her face was still beautiful. Come with me, both of you. Mingfei extended his hand and invited the two to enter Shushan. Zixun was excited because her lover Zhu Changqing was here. The saint shook her head at the excited Zixun. Her mission was to assist the descendants of Nuwa to save the world, but at this time Zixun was not mature enough to give up her love. Chapter 196. Big Screen. At some point, a super large screen appeared in the square of Shushan, and a projector was rotating next to it. Jiangnan looked at what he had made with satisfaction. This thing was the movie that was often played in the village when the older generation was young. At that time, televisions were not yet common. The village would occasionally organize movie screenings. Everyone moved a bench together and sat in front of the big screen to watch the movie. Of course, you have to prepare floral water in advance, otherwise the result will be a bit tragic. Not bad, worthy of me. Jiangnan placed his mobile phone on the projector and plugged in the connecting cable. Then he began to debug slowly. Jiangnan's mobile phone downloaded the entire Legend of Sword and Fairy 3rd. Come on, let's watch it together. Now that everyone knows, it will be easy. As for the result later, it must be very interesting. Mingfei led Zixun and Saint Aunt into Shushan. Then the two met the Demon Lord Changlao. Changlao only took a glance at Zixun and understood her identity. Descendant of Nuwa. Zixun nodded. I'm honored to meet the Demon Lord. The Demon Lord snorted. He knew that he was a descendant of Nuwa, and every descendant of Nuwa had a difficult responsibility. Moreover, he was the Demon Lord, and he would not lay a hand on a woman. Zixun came to Shushan to see Zhu Changqing. It was she who personally handed over Zhu Changqing, who was still a baby, to the head of Shushan, Taoist King Wei. She said that she would never see Zhu Changqing again in her life. What a twist of fate. They finally met. On the other side, Jingshan was strolling with his two younger brothers, Mao Mao and Yi Beiping. Jingshan boasted about how powerful he was. Your boss will become a great hero soon. Don't worry, the boss will protect you this time. Mao Mao smiled innocently. The boss is the most powerful. By the way, how did we come to Shushan just now? Yi Beiping also asked. Jingshan, I don't know. When you met such a powerful person, there are still many things you don't know. Jingshan was very happy. Mao Mao and Yi Beiping were also guests invited by Xiao Yan. After all, their fate was also played on the big screen, and they belonged to the friendly side. On the other side, Zhu Changqing was also receiving guests. Tang Zujian was a guest in the hall with the 5 poison beasts Huang and her grandfather Tang Kun. Long time no see, Hero Zhu. Tang Zujian was still very happy, although she didn't know why she suddenly appeared here with her grandfather. Zhu Changqing said seriously, I'm sorry to scare you three. This is Shushan. It's very safe. As the boss of Tang Jiabao, Tang Kun has seen a lot of the world, and such a scene can't scare him. Young friend, can you tell me what happened? Zhu Changqing thought for a while and shook his head. I don't know, but when it gets dark, everyone will know. I'll take you three around Shushan during this time. Tang Kun's health is not good. Although the 5 poison beasts treated Tang Kun, he is already old and the 5 poison beasts cannot increase his lifespan. Master, it's so scary here. Huang said with some fear. He could feel a lot of powerful auras here. Tang Zujian touched Huang's little head. If you feel scared, turn into a potato. I'll carry you with me. Yes. Huang nodded happily and turned into a potato-like thing. This is the dormant state of the 5 poison beasts. Tang Zujian put the 5 poison beasts in his pocket. Jingshan was leading his little brother to play in Shushan, and he met Tang Zujian. Tang Zujian's grandfather looked at Jingshan with a smile. Long time no see, little brother Jingshan. Tang Kun knew the secret of the 2 jade pendants, and also knew that Jingshan was the person destined for Tang Zujian. As Tang Zujian's grandfather, he still wanted to match the two. Long time no see, old man, and miss. Tang Zujian snorted. HMPH, don't think that I will forgive you, just because you saved me. Jingshan shook his head helplessly. In that poisoning incident, he brought 2 helpers from the group and luckily saved Tang Zujian's life. But for some reason, he and Tang Zujian are a pair of happy enemies. It was fine at the beginning, but as time passed, the two began to fight against each other. At this time, Zhu Changqing came over. Brother Jingshan, I wonder if you are doing well in Shushan. Bei Dalfu. Of course it's good, but I will be better if you can meet her today. Zhu Changqing had a question mark on his face. Jingshan was referring to Zixun. However, when you mention the devil will appear. Mingfei brought Zixun and the saint on here. The gears of fate started turning at this moment. Zhu Changqing subconsciously turned his head and looked, and then his eyes met with Zixun's. In an instant, for thousands of years, for some reason, Zhu Changqing actually felt a trace of inexplicable emotions. His heart was beating fast. If there is love at first sight in this world, it must be now. Zhu Changqing has met the girl. Zhu Changqing immediately said with his hands folded, trying to cover up his embarrassment in this way. Zixun smiled. Her eyes were full of love and bitterness. Taoist King Wei in the hall quickly calculated the will of heaven with his hands, and then said, they finally met. Taoist Kanggu shook his head. This is all fate. Zixun looked at the handsome Zhu Changqing and said, my humble daughter Zixun, I meet you Taoist. Jingshan looked at the two with a smile on his face. Bei Dalfu, are you moved? You can't walk when you see a beautiful woman. Jingshan will not miss this opportunity. Tang Zujian, stupid, what are you talking about? Hero Zhu Changqing is not that kind of person. Jingshan made a face at Tang Zujian. You are the big idiot. Besides, what's wrong with men getting married and women getting married? Zhu Changqing spoke at this time. Brother Jingshan, please don't joke. I'm a Taoist monk and cannot get married. What's the big deal? Can't you just return to secular life? Jingshan said it easily. Mingfei stood aside and watched the chaotic scene board. Love is indeed the most troublesome thing. The saint aunt pulled Zixuan at this time. Don't be like this. But she couldn't persuade her at all. Zixuan was too persistent. Even if she froze her child, Zixuan would wait for the reincarnation of Zhu Changqing. This love was too heavy. Moreover, the descendants of Nuwa have a destiny. Once their children are born, the blessings of the descendants of Nuwa for immortality will be transferred to the children. In other words, Zixuan will grow old. But she doesn't want Zhu Changqing to see her old appearance. It's okay. Zixuan patted the saint aunt's hand. Zhu Changqing's inner restlessness can never be calmed down. But all the secrets will be revealed tonight. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 197, Bewitching. A few days later, everyone was concentrating on watching The Legend of Sword and Fairy 3 on the big screen. Now it has come to an end. Beyond the 6 realms, the collection of all the resentment in the world, the evil sword immortal was defeated. Jingshan held Mao Mao's ashes and scattered them over Chang'an. Zhu Changqing became the head of Shushan and brought a heavy snow to the world. All the ordinary people who died in this catastrophe were resurrected in exchange for Jingshan's life. Tang Zujian and Jingshan were finally together. Jingshan looked at the heavy snow and closed his eyes at ease. He never woke up again. The story ended here. Jingshan is a great hero, but this road is too difficult. Tang Zujian's grandfather glanced at Jingshan. I was right about you. Zhu Changqing couldn't accept the death of his master. But the big screen also clearly stated that if the evil sword immortal didn't die, then no one in the world would have a good end. If Jingshan hadn't used his life to exchange for the lives of the people in the world in the end, then the crisis caused by the evil sword immortal was really terrifying. Zixuan looked at Zhu Changqing with a complicated look in her eyes. Now everything is clear. It's time to make a choice. Zifeng, the younger brother of Demon Lord, was also distressed. It turned out that Shubi didn't care about his appearance at all. These 500 years were so boring. Everyone was destined to be sleepless this night. There were too many things to think about. The next morning, the 5 elders under the demon locking tower had been waiting here for a long time. Although they knew their fate, they had already made a choice. They had already faced their own death. They were people who practiced Taoism. For the sake of the people of the world, they were willing to sacrifice their lives. You are here. Taoist King Wei said softly, while looking at the huge demon locking tower. Jingshan and Jiangnan came here. How is Bei Daofu now? Jingshan asked. Changqing is still a little bit unacceptable, but with the descendants of Nuwa, the child should be able to figure it out. Taoist King Wei said lightly. Zhu Changqing was too simple and could not understand or accept many things. The top floor of the demon locking tower was shrouded in black mist. The person in prison there was the evil sword immortal. The evil sword immortal was transformed from the evil thoughts of the 5 elders. After absorbing the resentment in the world, he became stronger and stronger. The 5 powerful Shushan elders could no longer suppress him. The child is in your hands. Taoist King Wei sighed. Jiangnan stretched out his hand at this time, and the mist above the locking demon tower began to be compressed rapidly, and then was sucked into Jiangnan's hand. The black mist struggled wildly in Jiangnan's hand. The little thing still wants to run out of my palm. Jiangnan directly placed a ban on the evil sword immortal. In an instant, the mist dissipated, and a black bead appeared in Jiangnan's hand. The black bead kept roaring. Let me go, as long as you let me go, I can satisfy all your wishes, beauty, money, and strength. I can give you. The evil sword immortal can magnify the evil thoughts in people's hearts, and eat them to make himself grow. But Jiangnan was too strong, and the evil sword immortal couldn't influence him. Jiangnan threw the black bead in his hand casually like throwing a stone. Why are you pretending? You can't give me what I want, and I don't want what you give me. Taoist King Wei saw this and nodded with satisfaction. Thank you, kid. Jiangnan glanced at the 5 elders. Are you really ready? Don't you want to say goodbye to Zhu Changqing? You know, I can send the evil sword immortal to the Xianqi in an instant, which is equivalent to killing you. Taoist King Wei touched his beard. Birth, aging, sickness and death are the norm in this world. How can we not see through it? I just hope that Changking can quickly take on the responsibility of the head of Shushan. The faces of the 5 Taoists were completely free of fear. Their Taoist hearts were very strong and would not waver even in the face of death. Okay, as you wish. Jiangnan no longer threw the black beads in his hand casually, but drew a gap in the air with his fingers. The other end of the gap was the Xianqi. It was the Xianqi that could purify everything in the legend of the god realm. White mist slowly floated on the surface of the Xianqi. There is no fairyland on earth better than this. As long as Jiangnan throws the evil sword immortal in his hand into the Xianqi lake, the catastrophe will be over. It's that simple, that easy. Just like Tang Seng's journey to the west, before he started the 81 trials, he went directly to the Buddha to get the true scriptures. One step at a time. Jiangnan put his hand holding the black bead on the gap. As long as he let go, the evil sword immortal would fall into the Xianqi lake. Jingshan lowered his head. He didn't want to see this scene. Seeing the water of the Xianqi lake in the gap, the evil sword immortal became anxious. Human, let me go. I'm willing to submit to you and become your strength. I'm the collection of all the resentment and negative emotions in this world, and my strength is comparable to the world. As long as you have me, this world is yours. Jiangnan showed a disdainful smile. Idiot. Just when Jiangnan let go, a cry full of pain rang out. No. Zhu Changqing rushed over to the entrance of the locking demon tower. He was still wearing pajamas, and other disciples around him were trying to stop him. Zixin was among them, but her eyes were full of pain. How dare you, Changqing, look at how you behave like this. The hot-tempered Taoist Kangoo snorted coldly. Zhu Changqing didn't know why he rushed over, but he really didn't want to lose his masters. What are you guys looking at? Hurry up and pull Changqing back. Taoist Kangoo looked at the disciples around him angrily and shouted loudly. Brother, let's go back. The disciple in white clothes pulled Zhu Changqing and wanted to pull him back. I won't go back. Zhu Changqing shook off the disciple who was pulling him and then knelt on the ground. Master. Taoist King Wei shook his head helplessly. Go back. Changqing, birth, old age, sickness, and death, love, hate and separation are the norm in this world. Let this catastrophe of heaven and earth pass. At this moment, the black bead in Jiangnan's hand sent a tempting voice. Zhu Changqing, if I die, your 5 masters will also die. These are the 5 masters who treat you like their own sons. In fact, they don't have to die at all. They just need to continue to seal me in the locking tower. Wouldn't it be the same if you just waited until all 5 of your masters died of old age and then threw me into the Xianqi? The words of the evil sword immortal were full of temptation. Zhu Changqing was stunned when he heard this. Just seal it up again. Changqing. Taoist Kangoo said coldly. The evil sword immortal's ability to bewitch people was too strong. Chapter 198. My hand slipped. Zhu Changqing suddenly woke up, and then he felt a sense of fear. He had been tempted before he knew it. Such an idea actually appeared in his mind. As long as he continued to seal the evil sword immortal, the 5 masters would not have to die. He was bewitched and forgot that once the villain was given time to grow, especially a monster like the evil sword immortal, the result would be unpredictable. The best thing for such a terrible enemy is to die and to save the soul and bury the dragon. Zhu Changqing. The evil sword immortal wanted to continue to bewitch him, but Jiangnan showed a wicked smile, and then his hand loosened. In the confused eyes of everyone, the black bead was thrown into the Xianqi. Oh my, although you are very sensational, I also want to see it, but I accidentally slipped my hand. I'm really sorry. Although he said so, Jiangnan had a smile on his face. You guy, damn it. The angry voice of the evil sword immortal came from the Xianqi. The water of the Xianqi, which can purify everything, is a deadly poison to a malicious collective like him. The water of the Xianqi slowly dissolved the evil sword immortal. The evil sword immortal was like a drop of ink dropped into the sea, which was quickly decomposed by the sea. In the end, the color became lighter and lighter, and finally disappeared into thin air. The gap was large, and everyone could see this scene clearly. Zhu Changqing was already in tears at this time. After all, it has come to this point, and the faces of the 5 Taoists are full of satisfaction and relief. They can die peacefully. The disaster they caused is finally over. Everything started because of them, and everything ended because of them. After a few seconds, the imagined death did not come. Jiang Nan smiled. Taoist Kangoo was a little puzzled. What's going on? According to the calculation, after the death of the evil sword immortal, we should also die. Taoist King Wei thought for a while, stretched out his hand, and began to calculate. Soon he calculated the result. You cut off the connection between us and the evil sword immortal? The restriction imposed by Jiang Nan is very terrible, which can isolate everything, including the connection between them. After the connection is cut off, the evil sword immortal will die. He will not drag the 5 Shushan elders to be buried with him. So from the beginning, the 5 Shushan elders will not die. The reason why Jiang Nan didn't say anything was because it was fun. The scene just now was so funny. It was really super enjoyable. Jiang Nan, hey, are you guys underestimating me too much? In this world, I can definitely do what I want to do. It's just to cut off the connection between you. It's as difficult as it sounds. Ha ha ha. Taoist King Wei stroked his white beard and laughed. After Zhu Changqing saw that his 5 masters were fine, he immediately kowtowed and admitted his mistake. After all, his performance just now was too embarrassing. He was actually bewitched by the evil sword immortal. I'm sorry, Changqing knows he was wrong. Please punish me, master. Humph, I will definitely punish you. Why are you kneeling and not going back? Elder Kangoo has a bad temper. Zhu Changqing's performance just now disappointed him. Brother, let's go back. Yes. Brother, let's go back first. Several disciples pulled Zhu Changqing away. Zixin followed behind. She could feel Zhu Changqing's happiness. Zhu Changqing was happy, and she was happy too. Taoist King Wei stroked his beard. Descendants of Nuwa. Master, what do you think? Taoist Master Jingming asked. Although they had finished reading The Legend of Sword and Fairy and understood the final ending, but Zhu Changqing was still too immature now. They only saw the future, not experienced it. Only by truly feeling the breath of the mortal world can one stand out in the mortal world. Taoist Master King Wei looked at Jiang Nan. Jiang Nan shook his head quickly. Don't look at me, I'm just a single dog. Of course you are also single dogs. We are a group of single dogs to solve problems for couples. Do you think it's possible? Then let it be. Taoist Master King Wei quickly gave the answer. Whether it's love or acquaintance, it's also okay to forget each other in the end. Only by entering the mortal world and experiencing the mortal world can one grow up. After Zixuan got the consent of her parents, she began to pursue Zhu Changqing passionately. Zhu Changqing, a little virgin, couldn't stand it at all. But this is the important place of Shushan. How can there be that kind of love between men and women? So the 5 elders discussed it and threw Zhu Changqing directly to the bottom of the mountain to catch monsters. Don't come back in a short time. Come back when you have figured it out and seen through it. Zixin naturally followed. As for what will happen next, it is none of their business. Just don't kill anyone. As for Kinga, Jiang Nan also gave an answer. When the water spirit pearl leaves Kinga, he will help treat Kinga. But the fate of Nuwa is a single lineage. Once the next descendant of Nuwa is born, the descendant of the previous Nuwa will grow old and then die. So Jiang Nan hopes that when that day comes, Zixuan will be ready for her face to age and her black hair to turn white. Zixuan looked at the young Zhu Changqing. She hadn't figured it out yet. Jiang Nan was not in a hurry for this moment. The next step is to collect the 5 spirit beads to reinforce the demon lock tower. Just taking this opportunity, Jiang Nan wants to have a good time in this world. Without the crisis, everyone is no longer under pressure. The journey to find the 5 spirit beads is more like a group tour for everyone. Soon everyone said goodbye to the 5 elders of Shushan. After leaving Shushan, they embarked on a journey to find the 5 spirits pearl. After watching The Legend of Sword and Fairy, everyone knew where the 5 spirits pearl was and how to get it. After he Biping finished reading The Legend of Sword and Fairy, he knew that the way to get rich he had come up with was useful. So he didn't go on a trip with everyone, but took Mayo to implement his own way to get rich. This way of getting rich is very interesting. It is a more advanced idea called borrowing chickens to lay eggs. It has to be said that Ibiping is a genius. In this ancient background of limited thinking, he can come up with a way to get rich that modern people use. Borrow a hen from a peasant woman and promise her that in 3 months, he will not only return a hen, but also 10 chicks. Feed the hen well during these 3 months and let it lay 30 eggs. That is equivalent to 30 chickens. After returning the hen and 10 chicks to the peasant woman, he has 20 chickens. Chickens lay eggs, eggs lay chickens. In the original story, Ibiping made Jingshan the richest man in Yazhou City by this method. Unfortunately, neither of them had the chance to enjoy it. Ibiping was thrown to death by the evil sword fairy in order to save Jingshan. He could not be resurrected. Jingshan exchanged his life for the lives of the whole world and fell asleep forever in a heavy snowfall. Chapter 199, Travel. Jiangnan held a small flag and led everyone to the location of the Earth Spirit Pearl like a tour guide. Tatake. Jiangnan sounded the charge horn. Jingshan curiously said to Lu Mingfei next to him. Does the group leader often do this? Lu Mingfei nodded seriously. Yes, you'll get used to it. This is the ancient vine forest, where the Earth Spirit Pearl is. The only difficult person in the ancient vine forest is an old man. If you have to say, there is also a monkey demon who can steal. In the ancient vine forest, countless old trees grow here, and the vines are entangled on the branches and hang down to the ground. In the forest, rocks and vines are woven together to form a huge cave. A chimpanzee is sleeping in it at this time. Jiangnan got up and came to the chimpanzee at some point and then took out a banana. After peeling the banana, he gently shook it at the tip of the chimpanzee's nose. Little friend, get up and eat bananas. This is a very precious high quality banana. The chimpanzee's nose twitched slightly. Sure enough, monkeys like bananas very much. In his sleep, the chimpanzee opened his mouth and wanted to eat the premium banana. Jiangnan showed a very evil smile, and Lu Mingfei shook his head when he saw this scene. The others did the same, because he held mustard in his other hand. A large bottle of mustard. The mischievous little devil, he still likes to play pranks, even though he is so old. Just when the chimpanzee's mouth opened as wide as possible, Jiangnan was quick to squeeze all the mustard into the chimpanzee's mouth. In an instant, the monkey demon opened his eyes, and the exploding taste made him sober up instantly. Spicy, spicy, spicy. The monkey demon felt like he was about to spit fire. Jiangnan handed over a cup of oolong tea. It is well known that oolong tea can be ignited. As long as the color is similar, it can be wine. Come, drink some water. The chimpanzee said nothing and poured all the oolong tea in the cup into his throat. The next second, a more explosive taste appeared in the chimpanzee's mouth. Then there was dizziness. The chimpanzee was drunk. Oh my, I can't drink. The chimpanzee staggered and couldn't even stand steadily. Then he fell to the ground. Come on, take a group photo. Then everyone took a group photo in front of the chimpanzee. There were Lu Mingfei, Jiangnan, Jingshan, Saitama, Jigou Yuanai, and Long Kui. Originally, Jingshan didn't want his sister to come with him, but Long Kui really didn't want to be separated from her brother. Tang Zujian also wanted to come, but was directly deceived by Jingshan. When they came to their senses, everyone had already set off. Let's go to the next stop. Jiangnan took the lead and set off. The next step was the test of the old man in the ancient vine. Everyone walked along the path in the ancient vine forest until they reached the end of the road. Countless vines were entangled together, blocking everyone's way. If it were an ordinary person, they would probably change a road. But as a strong man, even if there is no road, they have to make a way. Lu Mingfei, you have been strengthened. Go and send it off. With a younger brother here, it is natural to let the younger brother go first. Okay, boss, no problem, boss. Lu Mingfei took out the 7 deadly sins directly. Just when he was about to start, countless dead vines began to shake, as if they had life, and combined into an old man in front of everyone. This person was the keeper of the Earth Spirit Pearl, the old man with dead vines. Ha ha ha, someone actually came here. The old man with ancient vines is an immortal cultivated from ancient vines. He has profound magic power and is good at reading minds. But the level of immortals in this world is a bit low. In Jiangnan's eyes, they are not good enough. Hey, old man, you are called the old man with dead vines. Jiangnan was very arrogant. The old man with ancient vines stroked his dry beard. Don't be irritable. After all, I'm also an immortal. The group leader is the same as you. Mingfei put away his weapon, leaned over and said, my immortal is different from his immortal. Jiangnan pushed Mingfei away and took a step forward, continuing to speak arrogantly. Old man, get out of the way, so I don't have to waste my words again. Don't force me to use a knife. Anyway, the final result will not change, so Jiangnan went straight in. Alas, young people nowadays are so rude. Old man Guteng shook his head helplessly. Oh, believe it or not, I'll let Saitama slap you twice. Saitama scratched his head. It's not good to hit an old man. Group leader. Didn't he just say that he is not a human but an immortal? Jiangnan chuckled and said, everyone, fighting and killing is not good. If you want me to get out of the way, you can do it. As long as you pass my test, I will let you see the old monster Guteng, and the earth spirit pearl is with him. Old man Guteng stroked his beard, very confident. Reading minds is boring. Okay. Jiangnan said very boringly. Oh, how do you know? Old man Guteng was a little surprised. He has been reading minds for so many years, and this is the first time that someone has read his mind. Okay, it's just what you think. The old man Guteng was shocked. You. What do you mean by me? Jiangnan stepped forward and said. The old man Guteng subconsciously activated his ability to read minds, but he saw nothing. What? You still want to read my mind? Can you read it? There is no doubt that the old man Guteng was seen through again. Alas, I lost. Shame. Being defeated in the field of mind reading made the old man Guteng very sad. This is the field where he has achieved the most, but he was defeated by someone in a crushing manner. His heart was easily read through by the other party, but he could not see through the other party. Slip away. The old man Guteng turned into an ancient vine and disappeared, and the vines blocking the road gradually retreated. A road appeared in front of everyone. Keep moving forward. Tatake. Jiangnan held a small flag and continued to move forward, crossing the dense woods and passing through various caves. Then everyone came to the vicinity of the old monster Guteng. A towering tree is located here, with countless ancient vines swaying on the branches. The moment everyone arrived here, the old monster of the ancient vine launched an attack. Countless ancient vines whipped everyone like whips. Then the next second, Saitama moved. One punch directly smashed the towering tree into pieces. One hit kill. So weak. Saitama's painting style has not changed, still that simple look. A yellow bead is like a monk fruit, floating in the air, emitting light. Jiangnan stretched out his hand. This is the Earth Spirit Pearl. The Earth Spirit Pearl has a little intelligence at this time, and it wants to escape. But before it can run 2 steps, it was caught in Jiangnan's hand. In an instant, the light dissipated. The Earth Spirit Pearl changed into a simple and unpretentious appearance. Jiangnan picked up the Earth Spirit Pearl and took a good look. If you don't know, you might think it's a monk fruit. The Earth Spirit Pearl was in hand. Chapter 200, Fox Demon. It was getting darker. There happened to be a small town near the ancient vine forest. In the original story, everyone met the fox demon Wanyazi here. Because people kept dying in the town, there was no one on the street, and few people were willing to talk to outsiders. Everyone thought there was a monster in the town, and it was the monster that killed all those people. In fact, it was Eluo Ruli, who was half human and half demon. Now Eluo Ruli is dead. The town is still as lively as usual. The fox demon Wanyazi was selling her own ointment on the street. In fact, it was made of pollen through a special process. It was the favorite cosmetics of girls in ancient times. As soon as they entered the town, everyone saw the sign in front of the town. Anning Village. Peaceful and peaceful. People came and went on the street. When everyone entered the town, some ordinary people looked at everyone curiously. Outsiders. A lot of outsiders. Jiangnan threw the Earth Spirit Pearl to play, just like throwing stones casually. When the Earth Spirit Pearl is not glowing, it looks like Eluo Hanji Uo. I guess no one would think of playing with this thing. Unless you meet someone who knows what's good. For example, the fox demon Wonyazi. The peaceful town is still very hospitable. People are coming and going on the street, and everyone plans to find an inn to stay. There seems to be an inn over there, Lu Mingfei said, while scanning the surroundings with his spiritual sense. Jiangnan looked into the distance, and it seemed to be true. In the crowd, a sensitive gaze was staring at the earth spirit bead that Jiangnan was playing with. Then let's go. Let's go to the inn. Jiangnan smiled and prepared to go to the inn. Selling perfume. Selling perfume. At this time, a woman's pleasant voice rang out. It smells so good. Long Kui turned around and saw Wonyazi in the crowd. Everyone, buy some perfume. Wonyazi smiled, and her natural charm was natural when she twisted and moved. What a fox spirit. Everyone looked at each other, and they all knew Wonyazi's identity. A fox spirit. Lu Mingfei wanted to ask Jiangnan what to do. However, Jiangnan had already run over with a smile on his face. Hey, beauty, how much is the perfume? Jiangnan appeared in front of Wonyazi's stall without knowing when. It seems that the boss is playing tricks again. Lu Mingfei sighed and followed him. Sir, these are all top quality perfumes. Wonyazi's smile was as tempting as a fox. Her mature and graceful figure made people imagine it, which was not something that an immature little girl had. Young people don't know the good of young women and mistakenly regard Lali as a treasure. If Boss KO was here, he would definitely propose to her on the spot. Jiangnan raised his eyebrows. Don't worry, I have money, he said and tossed the earth spirit pearl in his hand. Wonyazi's eyes would always unconsciously stay on the earth spirit pearl. Her husband was poisoned by a strange poison, and even the 5 poison beasts could not detoxify it, and the earth spirit pearl must be used. But there were people coming and going on the street, and she could not expose her identity as a demon. Sir, you are a rich man. These high quality perfumes will surely satisfy you. Long Kui also came over at this time. Wonyazi looked at her and saw the clues instantly. Long Kui lowered her head unconsciously. Brother Jingshan, won't you pick a perfume for your sister? Your sister is a beautiful girl. Girls love this kind of thing. Really? Jingshan looked at several perfumes on the stall and picked them up. Anyway, with the group leader here, there is nothing to be afraid of. Sir, this perfume made of peach blossoms has a charming fragrance and is very good. Wonyazi promoted her perfume with a sweet smile. She was like a normal small vendor. However, in the eyes of people with high cultivation, the body odor hidden by Wonyazi's perfume was almost the same as not hiding it. How about this peach blossom scent, sister? Jingshan picked up a perfume and asked his sister Long Kui. Long Kui nodded. Then take this one. Jingshan paid generously. Thank you. Wonyazi took Jingshan's money with a grateful smile on her face, but her eyes were always on the earth spirit pearl in Jiangnan's hand. The earth spirit pearl is a spiritual object born from this world. It is guarded by many powerful beings in the ancient vine forest. She, a little fox demon, can't get through at all. Now the earth spirit pearl suddenly appeared in front of her, and she had to find a way to get it, no matter what the situation was. Her husband's health was getting worse and worse. If he continued like this, he would die soon. Looking at the backs of the people leaving, Wonyazi began to pack up the stall. The people around asked curiously, the boss lady is packing up so soon. Wonyazi could only smile and say, I'm going back to cook. The folk customs here are relatively simple, so no one doubted it. Soon Jiangnan and his group arrived at the inn. Because there was no murder case here like in the original book, this inn is still open for business. As soon as I stepped into the inn, the waiter ran over enthusiastically. Sit inside. What would you like to eat? Bring up your most expensive things. Master Jing will pay for it today. Jiangnan waved his hand, very arrogant. Okay. The waiter smiled enthusiastically. Just bring up any good things, but don't try to overcharge me. I know my business. Jingshan said to the waiter seriously. How could that be, sir? The waiter ran to the kitchen with a smile. In less than a moment, a sumptuous dinner was served. There were all kinds of meat and vegetables, and the food without additives tasted good. After dinner, everyone met an acquaintance. Wonyazi entered the inn. Waiter, stay at the inn. The waiter ran over with a smile. Okay, this way. Then Wonyazi was invited to the counter. Jiangnan showed a playful smile. There was something fun tonight. Won Yazi booked a room in front of the counter and then glanced at Xiao Yan and his group who were resting in the corner. Although it was just a glance, it looked very much like flirting. The beautiful young woman transformed by the vixen was indeed attractive. Boss KO is worthy of being a role model for my generation. Then Won Yazi went upstairs. Tonight is destined to be a sleepless night. After dinner, everyone booked a room. Back in their own rooms, everyone began to rest. Although something might happen tonight, the strong have their own mentality. Mingfei was bored and went straight into the state of cultivation. The spiritual energy in the world of immortals is many times richer than that in the ordinary world. Mingfei didn't want to miss this opportunity, and he was much worse than his master Jigoro Yuan. To fully master Jigoro Yuan's nascent soul breathing method, you need to be strong enough. Jigoro Yuan seemed to feel something in his room. After reaching the nascent soul stage, his stripes and transparent world also advanced. Everything around him was transparent in his eyes. All traces were invisible. Well, Mingfei is practicing, a very hard-working child. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.